Mr. Wigglesworth will wake up to see it snowing outside. It's Christmas.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
You've eaten enough books to know what Christmas is.
Yeah, the disc has non-capitalism Christmas. There's an actual Santa Claus here, you know? He's just like a nice guy that shows up and punishes like actually naughty kids. Like kids that steal to eat, you know? This is Grippy's headcanon. Kids that like steal to eat and whatnot, they're fine. They still make the nice. It's like, you know, the puppy kickers, the fucking, yes, mostly just the puppy kickers, like that archetype.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Like, think the dentist from Little Shop of Horrors, like, he's on the naughty. Like,
Yes. No, Santa Claus absolutely exists in parts of the disc where people believe he does. It's a very Hog's Watch kind of deal.
Grippy is a devout believer of two things in this life: the Hogfather and Sequoia.
Yes. Pig Daddy.
Pig Daddy.
Just going full mimetic mutation.
Blood for the blood god, pigs for the pig throne. Grippy chants running into the local guard house.
Oh no. It'll do.
Before shouting frog style and throwing a fucking grappling hook through somebody's face.
Yep.
No gods, no masters.
It's an imitation sticky tongue.
Or yes gods, no masters.
Yes gods, no masters. Yes. Doctor's pretty sure the lump on my grandma's head's not cancer.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, still means we don't know where the cancer is.
Damn.
Death to crabs.
Death to crab. Oh, so you know the Stolichnaya song, the Stolichnaya.
Of course.
Yeah?
So we did crab people to like roughly the same thing, where it was like crab people, not the same as normal people, crab people.
Oh no.
Put a little dirt under my pillow for the dirt man.
It was very that, because there was like 5 verses. Like, I can't remember any of them, but it went. Who popped in? Hello, I love you.
Hello. Hi, it's me. Hi. How's it
Glad to
going?
have you.
Is good.
It's going good.
I am moving to the West Coast in
Yay. And how long?
2 weeks.
Oh, wow. That's coming up fast.
Yeah, like I got a really good opportunity thing from one of my partners to live out with them on like this IC. I still have to like do the in-person interview once I get out there, so I'm like, it's definitely a big, but I did the phone interview and
For the partner or the job?
For the job. But the job also is like the housing, so.
Hello.
Hello!
Hello.
Technical difficulties solved.
Yes. But yeah, so it's a big risk, but also the phone interview went really well, and yeah, like I'll be getting paid to help with like multimedia projects, and like the homie has like knows people that work at both Wizards and Paizo, like because in that area,
Yeah.
they're just some communists who like made their money in tech doing like VR and augmented reality shit.
Nice.
And now they're doing communist art.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Or at least that's the
How we
vibe.
do.
So, yeah.
Well, welcome everybody to Silly Little Guys. I believe this is episode 9.
Whee.
When last we left our heroes, you had got into town, and I believe we're just at the inn. We got to the town and called it there.
Yeah.
So you guys are at the Howling Moon Inn, and Caterpillar does the whole can of worms, or aggressive peanut can, jumping out of the familiar pouch, suddenly Stratch.
Suddenly wiggle,
Suddenly
standing
Wigglesworth.
beside you.
Oh, what the fuck?
I don't know why I'm on a little shop kick. I'm sorry.
You're in an inn made of wood and stone. There's a crescent moon hanging above the bar, and a gruff-looking man, taller than any person you've ever seen before, probably about 8 feet tall, behind the bar, with tattoos all over his body. He's got a gruff face and a bald head, and he's passing out drinks to the folks. There appear to be plenty of travelers in here, but judging by the dress, looking out the window, it looks to be snowing.
Important for first impression, just for settings. Did our party members materialize while we were outside, or did we open the door, a crow flew in, vomited a feral elf child onto the ground, and then a comically large caterpillar shot out of... Okay.
To set the scene, you two, Hedgehog and Frog, had gone in and sat down at a table with 4 chairs, and then the crow flew in, vomited one of the child into one of the chairs, and the caterpillar zooped out of the familiar bag into the other chair.
Fantastic.
I like to think that we would have already gotten, like, it's the age where you can give children alcohol. There would be a mug of...
Oh yeah, no, I'm drinking.
Oh yeah, I just was like, Tasha is like visibly, obviously a child. But I will not stop you from drinking, as I am also
Get me
sick.
one.
Sick. So there are already 2...
Yeah, let's say a gnomish bar wench was just putting 2 tankards onto the table when these 2 show up. She jumps a little bit. 2 more?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Looking a little bit shaken, but not quite as shaken to the core as one might expect. She walks back over to the bar and gets 2 more drinks.
I like the place. She doesn't particularly off-put by us. Travelers through and make a bit of a melting pot, right?
Yeah, as you're watching her go back to the bar, you see one of the patrons reach out to slap her ass, and then a little ghostly thing appears in midair and bites the guy's hand. It looked like a fish for a second, but it disappeared just as quickly as it appeared. Oh, just
Dasha is visibly delighted.
Shit, fuck. The barkeeper will thunk a sign at the back of the bar. Waitstaff is protected by ghost piranhas. Do not ask about the ghost piranhas. It says it's slightly smaller font underneath.
Visibly disappointed after.
There's even in slightly smaller font underneath that, it says, I don't know where they came from either.
Oh,
Resolve.
yeah.
Wow, we're even closer now, Dasha. We just went through the 7 stages of grief together.
My God, what did I miss?
Oh no, I meant over the course of reading that side, because there was the disappointment, bargaining.
Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. No, you're correct. Yes. That was a ride.
You might have skipped 1 or 2, but
Usually it's 5, but Grippy's also includes violence and food.
and occasionally atonement.
Through violence and grief eating.
Depends on how bad the violence was.
Yeah, there's a conditional.
But do you atone through violence?
Depends.
That's also an option.
Actually, most recently, yes.
Yeah, like this. I'm just saying the 7+ stages of grief don't necessarily have to come in order.
There you go.
Violence can show up twice.
If you wanted to,
Or all
yeah.
7.
Well, I guess we should probably fill you all in. It's Half Moon Village, or...
Moonstep Village.
We've arrived at the Moonstep Village. It's a quaint little town, though it does rain ash on the outside. I'm sure we make a moisturizer or such to rough on the skin, but it seems quaint. Really just arrived, though. We were planning on resting. Like a big decision, a split.
Yeah, because there was a problem that was realized. As much as you would want to settle down in Nightbloom or Shimmerfields, because they've got good access to a lot of good alchemical ingredients, Grippy's skin has not been handling the Ashfall very well, and it only gets worse the closer you get to Ambermont.
Gotcha.
Frogs covered in volcanic ash, it's basically powdered glass.
Yeah, it's effectively having glass in my lung. But at this place, it's to the point to where I'd be able to handle it with a cute parasol, you know?
Yeah, and it doesn't ash all the time here. Just when the wind blows the wrong direction.
Well, by that logic, then we need some kind of full body raincoat for you.
Coat him in Vaseline or olive oil.
That,
But then-
that sounds foul.
Slippery.
counteract the
slimiest.
sticky.
That would also suffocate him.
Yes, it would. It wouldn't go well either.
Well, I think with my cloak and like an umbrella, because the cool thing is like as a monk, my flurry of blows do not have to be my hands. If my hands are encumbered, I can't use my stances because a lot of those, even though my crane stance does use kicks primarily, it would still be awkward. Like, because Grippy believes he's a bird and birds don't need umbrellas. So, but
cause some
outside of
confusion.
that, yeah, I could do still regular fighting with an umbrella.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because that's why I usually draw like a javelin or something at the start of a fight, because I could use it for rage, but I could also just kick stuff if they get within melee range.
That works too.
Just a second, I'm drawing something out real quick.
I was thinking about taking the key, or I think now they even changed it to like trip key or whatever, but weapon familiarity, which would give me access to net, which I thought could be pretty cool.
What are we drinking at this bar, God?
Well, the common ale that they give you is nothing to write home about. The stew that's going around though does smell sweet and spicy, and you can see that there's venison and wild boar sausage on offer, but none of you have ordered anything to eat at the moment.
Not yet.
It does look like they've got bottles behind the bar, so they've got more than just the ale you were served, but ale was asked for and ale was given.
Definitely want some of that soup.
Just a moment, I'm drawing out a thing.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was muted.
Nope, sorry, just get it drawn. Bert, if you could grab a picture of this for me and post it. Thank you. Just resources. Info, yes. Alright, I have posted the map as far as you're aware.
Thank you, God.
Thank you, God. Feet stink.
Including Skyfall Tavern, or Starfall Tavern, or Starfall Cavern, High Ridge Town. You heard of Silver Lake, which was where the caravan that you robbed was going. In order to get to Moonstep Village, you passed through the Lunar Veil.
And we're in Moonstep?
You are in Moonstep Village currently. You know of the Shadow Road that leads to Nightbloom and Shimmerfield.
But living that way would be difficult.
Living out there would be difficult. Anywhere in the upper right quadrant is going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Everything in the upper right quadrant is essentially covered in a volcanic cloud that rains ash most days of the year.
We do need to make a trip to Shimmerfield for reagents, but
They came across an herbalist who sold Dr. Thrace some formulas on creating antidotes, anti-plagues, and basic vaccines, and gave information as to where to find good reagents for those, being the dragonflies that pollinate the night blooms over by Nightbloom and Shimmerfield. They only come out at night, both the flowers and the dragonflies.
and the
Generally,
dragonfly,
also, anything that's up the food chain from those dragonflies should also make a good reagent.
like that was also where we could find stuff that was good for the like lightning potion, right? Or the
Yes.
whatever.
Cheetah's speed.
Is that effectively expeditious retreat?
It gives us +5 move speed.
Okay, so I mean, move speed is a very limited resource in the system, it seems, which makes sense. Like honestly, even being a crazy fast character, being able to like move 180 feet in 6 seconds and still be able to like do. Yeah, it's like my buddy had a 3rd level character that on a run, on an all-out sprint, literally put all their fucking points, dexterity and constitution, as a bard had like 12 charisma. And was just really good at getting attention and
that a
making them
drummer?
focus him. What?
Is that a drummer?
Yeah. And then would just run away. Like, he literally got an entire Knoll party to chase him while we dealt with, like, a few of them, and he got, like, the other 20 to chase him for, like, 6 miles.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Like, an
That's an
entire...
interesting use of the request feature.
Yeah.
That taunting.
Yeah, it was so fucking fun. But, like, nobody should be able to run, like, 300 feet in 6 seconds and keep that up for, you know, a marathon.
Yep.
Like,
Well, it is getting dark, and outside the moons are rising just as the sun is setting. 3 of them in a triangle formation rising over the mountains. And you can see, even from here, the glowing moonstone embedded in each side of that path. It's almost like something struck a hole in the mountain range and left chunks of phosphorescent light behind. You can see why that's the most common pass for 1,000 miles. It basically beckons, come here. There's a way through.
Does it look like our crystals, or does it look like different crystals?
Oh, very different, very different. Dr. Thrace and Grippy got a better look at them coming through the lunar veil, where it was littered with the stuff, and it just glows.
Cool.
Usually, it glows in the light of the moon. There's a chiming sound outside. Looks like maybe a town crier kind of person, but the bell is not as harsh. It's more of a long musical chime.
I want to go see what instrument that is. I haven't heard that one before.
A few other people in the tavern are getting up and going out. Some of them are fishing around in their bags first. Perception checks.
22.
11 plus
17.
For everybody.
17.
What'd you say, Dr. Thrace?
I'd say 21.
21. Y'all can spot that a lot of them are pulling out torches. One's pulling out a lantern, and another is pulling out a glowing rock.
As I'm standing up to walk outside, I'm going to make myself friendly with someone who's walking out in the crowd. Can I roll a...
Make an impression check.
Yes, that one.
Yes.
And that's... How do I do that?
A diplomacy check.
Wonderful. Do I get my cute? Because I'm talking to people.
You get
and my
+2.
cute also goes to people in the room, too.
So you have your I'm so cute feature allows you to basically area of effect your make an impression check with 10 minutes of performing.
Wait, where does it say that?
Put up here. Let me double check.
Because I got a boon
You
that
did
let me
like you
cast
did.
it to multiple people.
Let me pull up the Wanderer's Guide. There we go.
Is that muses?
So there's a muse. Every bard gets a muse that gives different weird powers, and
Because I know out of the feats that I was allowed, I took the be able to charm multiple people at once.
features. You're so cute. You got group impression. So you're so cute. Trained in performance and gain impressive performance. +1 circumstance to make an impression with humanoids. It specifically says to make an impression with performance on humanoids, but I'm allowing that +1 to be just making an impression on humanoids. Group impression.
When you make an impression, you can compare your diplomacy check result to the will DCs of
10
up to 10
targets.
targets with no penalty.
10 targets you conversed with. So conversing with people.
Yeah, just
On the way
milling
out the
about. Yeah.
Okay.
And I want to get, as many as I can.
Then yeah, make me a group impression check or make an impression with diplomacy.
Wonderful. I'll also I could do performance. They're the same one, but
Yeah.
I'm not really
You're not really performing. It would
Yeah.
take 10 minutes to make that one.
perfect. Then we'll do diplomacy, and that's a +1.
Yes.
And with an extra +1.
With an extra
Yeah,
+1.
so that's hero point. God damn it, this is just like Vampire.
The stakes are a little lower.
22.
Haha, stakes.
And I think since I went over 20, I get an extra bonus on that group.
And it would be a critical.
Target increase to 20 if you're an expert. I'm not. I'm trained. But yes, that is a critical success.
Will DC of up to 20 targets. So will DCs of your average person is probably going to be 10 to 12. You got a 20...
22.
22. So yeah.
It's plus 8.
That will crit.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wampa, don't throw him off of the cat tree. God damn it. Would you two stop being assholes, please? I'm tired.
1 minute of conversation. Attitude improves towards you by 2 steps. From indifferent to helpful.
Wonderful. And that's with like fucking 10 townsfolk. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So, as some of the folks are headed out, Mr. Wigglesworth is headed out with them and conversing and trying to make a good impression. What are the rest of you doing? Are you headed out as well, or staying here to watch from the window?
I'll reach into the side of my backpack and hold my hands out smiling. I have some extra torches.
Dr. Thrace will watch from a window. Who knows what kind of spooky shit's about to happen now that the music is playing and everyone is getting up and grabbing torches, you know?
Yeah, I should probably stick close to our son.
He's already wandered off with the crowd.
You're pretty
God,
easy to
I'm a
spot,
terrible
though,
parent.
at least.
Yeah.
No, I'm easy to see, but I have already wandered off.
Well, you see that somebody behind the chimes person. There are more than one of them you can see on different streets, people with chimes. And they all sound similar, but not quite the same. Slightly different tones. But behind each of them is somebody with either a flint or an already lit torch who's lighting torches for people. And they're milling in a crowd following the chimes person. They appear to be... make me an insight roll. I'll just give it. They appear to be headed towards one of the gates to the town. Above...
Can I ask one of my new friends why we're walking this way?
Yeah. Town ritual to appease the mountain god.
Oh god, this isn't like some ritual sacrifice, right?
Only symbolic.
Okay, and Wigglesworth will continue on. You got an extra torch?
No, but he does. Points over at somebody who's got like 3 or 4 torches and handing them out to folks.
Wigglesworth will wave and say thank you and walk on over to the torch guy.
Make friends with him.
Yep. Wigglesworth is going to be an infection in communities.
There's an outcropping. So now that you're out of the inn, you can see that you're in a valley, a sort of glacial moraine, I think it's called. But it's a high valley that's been carved out that leads out into a larger valley perpendicular to it. But on one side of the valley, there's a large outcropping that hangs almost over the western wall, or almost over the northern wall. And you see a fire up there. As you're making friends and talking to folks, you see sort of a line of torches snaking up the hill, visible even from here as a line of fire headed up to the outcropping. They'll explain to their new friend here that on any time that it snows ash for more than 3 days, they perform the ritual.
Okay.
And it stops.
So you've got a fire god out here, I'm guessing?
We've got a goddess of the moon and the mountain, and a god of the flames of the earth and the mountain.
Oh, is this like a brother and sister who hate each other kind of situation?
I think so. I'm not a local.
Oh, god damn it. Where are you from?
I'm from over on the Sapphire Shores, across the valley.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
It's a nice place. I feel like travel and don't mind a few storms.
I've really only experienced about a year and a half of life, so anything is pretty much travel to me.
He'll at least stumped a little bit by this. He'll tell you as much as he knows about the local religion. In the past 100 years or so, the worship of the main pantheon has faded somewhat. As more local powers have risen. Some say that they're diminished aspects of the original pantheon. Some say that they're entirely new. The older elves could tell you, I'm sure, but he shrugs. One of them gives us silver, one of them gives us death.
Oh, that's quite a jump between the two.
Well, silver can kill, and the ash makes our crops grow like mad, so...
Huh. That's a bit of a pickle, huh?
He shrugs. That's good and bad in everything.
Yeah.
They've got a sort of a balanced philosophy here.
Okay. Okay. I see what you're going with. Okay. Cool.
You should check out the the statuettes at the market tomorrow. They make them out of the ash.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Definitely. You know, could be the best seller there to go pick up one of those from. You know, someone who might be nicer to a little guy like me.
Yeah, we got a gnome craftsman who makes all sorts of wacky shit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I think his name's Habblebabble or something like that. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, well that's at least easy to remember. That is a very particular name.
Gnomes tend to have those.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever met one.
Well,
I don't know what I am.
You look like large caterpillar?
I knew that part, obviously. My family eats me, but I don't know what I am.
Is that your friend standing threateningly about 15 feet behind you?
Oh yeah, that's probably my dad. And Wigglesworth won't even turn around. Is he green?
He's a frog, yes.
I'm
Yeah,
trying
that's
my
Dad.
best to smile by doing the the I frued up face, like the kid standing in the doorway, like slow waving
Yes.
at this adult talking to my child. As soon as he makes eye contact, like my bug eyes are even buggier, very stiff, robotic, like back and forth hand wave with the Miss America tilt in the wrist.
Without looking up, Wigglesworth will put his hand in the air and wave back and go, "It's okay, Dad!"
My posture will shift and I'll just start like long arm goofy walking over.
Well, you should probably get back to him. I've got to get more torches, he says as he hands out the last of his.
Oh, yeah, not a problem. Thank you, friend.
He'll wander off to go get more torches. Dr.
What's the
Thrace
deal?
and Dasha have been watching this whole affair as a thin line of fire as folks follow the bell tollers to the edge of town. Dr. Thrace and Dasha doing anything, or still watching and eating your stew?
Is there anybody else in the tavern, or did everybody leave?
Oh no, not nearly everybody. Maybe 5 or 6 people, but there's still a good maybe 20 people in here.
So it's not weird that we're staying in here.
Not at all, although you do catch a few glances from other people who seem to be wondering the same thing. Is it weird that we're staying? No? Okay, other people are staying? Okay, cool. Several of them look confused, as if they have no idea what's going on.
Are any of the staff still here?
Oh yeah, all the staff are still here.
Perfect. I will walk up to the bar and attempt to get the attention of one of the staff.
Trying to get attention of a tall person or a small person?
I'm comfortable with tall people, but if I see a short person first...
Well, the short people tend to look to be a bit busier. The barkeep looks down over the bar at you. Aren't you a cute little fellow?
Hello, my name is Dr. Thrace. I was wondering, and then Dr. Thrace looks back at the door, where did they all just go?
Oh, God's Point. It's an outcropping overlooking the town. They appease the deities whenever ash starts to fall too much.
Oh, I suppose
Good in the valley, not so good up here. Sorry, what'd you say?
I said, oh, I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah, they only throw virgins in the volcano every 3 or 4 years, and it's been 2.5, 2 3/4. I don't know.
I look him up and down and try and tell if he's joking.
Make me an insight roll.
Looking up my insight.
Yep.
This system doesn't have an insight. Do you want
Oh.
society, diplomacy, deception?
Society.
17.
He is absolutely fucking with you.
Oh, good.
He's got the air of a tall man who tells taller tales. He's got that kind of smile to him when he's not glaring at one of the patrons.
I understand. I say, oh, good. I was a little worried because some of my travel companions went to follow them.
Well, hopefully they're not virgins.
I imagine a god for humanoids would want a humanoid to be sacrificed, no?
That depends, if they care to look after their own. Not sure the mountain gods are just for humans, though. I'm... He gives a deep chuckle. I'm not. Word has it my people invented the mountain gods.
I want to try and see if I can determine what other type of tall, long leg he is than human.
Yeah, make me a nature or society roll.
I'll do nature for a total of 22.
It's one of the rarer types of humanoid. They are not native to here. They're native to a continent on the edge of the disk. Long, long ways from here. The common term for them around here is Goliath, and they tend to be extremely strong and good with altitude.
Makes sense.
You can note that the tattoos that he's got seemingly all over his scalp and torso are not tattoos with a 22. That's brindling. It's natural pigmentation in those designs.
Wow. I'll say I didn't know the Goliath were from around here far enough back to make the gods up.
Ah, we got a smart one here. Should have known better than to fool a doctor.
I am a wizard and a doctor of civic wizardry.
No, we Goliaths had our own gods back in Wallachia. Or so my gran used to tell me. But she could have been spinning tall tales herself.
Paul.
A god of might and a god of magic. I think society does best when it has both.
That
Depending
makes
on how
some
you look at
sense.
it. Depending on how you look at it. Silver Lady's goddess of magic, and Volcano Man's goddess of might.
If only we had some heroes of might and magic.
Well, we've got a couple, but Finn should be getting back into town soon.
Oh, you have local adventurers?
Just the two. Well, one that I'm sure of, but the other one, he'll nod over to the corner of the bar, where there's a person in a hooded cloak, deep in shadow, sitting in the corner by themselves with flicking a knife between their fingers.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
You don't get that edgy without being an adventurer.
I remember one of my colleagues at college who had quite the same, and Dr. Thrace gestures vaguely, mystique. Well, my fellows and I are new in town, and we're hoping to stay for a while. So if you see us around, feel free to say hi. And Dr. Thrace will, unless she's further addressed, go back to her stew.
Well, I'd recommend looking up Finn when he gets back into town. He can always use a few meat shields assistance.
Understood.
What? I'm a damn good meat shield.
Oh, we're not there, Dad.
Dasha, you up to anything, or just watching the conversations as they happen? You're muted. The child is in a drunken stupor at the bar.
Oh my god.
Yes, you are correct. Dasha is getting away with underage drinking for the first time, and she is having the time of her life.
Yes. Love it.
You're probably the oldest out of the group.
You know, her life has been so full of new experiences lately, and alcohol is surely the best.
Oh yeah, by
She's-
far the oldest of the group, seeing as she's like
Are the bar stools swivel?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh
they do.
yes. She's spinning around and testing the limits of perpetual motion.
Yes. Oh my god.
It is she doesn't know what the drinking age is here, so she doesn't know how old she's supposed to act, and
Yep.
she's well past the point of caring.
Make me a fortitude save for Dasha.
Oh boy.
Vomit tornado. Vomit tornado.
Oh my god.
Oh, fortitude save. Do I have a fortitude bonus?
It's your
I don't think I
calling.
ever figured out how to read my character sheet. Everything is
should be
different.
Yeah, it took me like 5 or 6 games. This one's a little hard to figure out.
Your
Yeah.
constitution modifier +3.
+3. Okay. Let's see what happens. What will happen? 21. Thank God.
Oh,
Nice.
Nice. You're holding it down a lot better than anyone your size should be. The
spinning.
I
is
finished
certainly-
my spin. Stopping myself on the bar and asked for another one.
Oh my god.
Hey, Dasha,
What?
do you have to reach into your bag potentially to pay
Oh god, yes.
beer?
Oh yes! Oh, thank you for reminding me about the greatest magical item I have ever possessed in any game ever. Oh my god!
So yeah, Dasha
Dasha
asks for
opens
another
the
one.
bag of weasels.
Grogmar the Goliath. Can you pay for it?
Of course.
2 coppers.
I open the bag of weasels and start rummaging around, eventually producing what I hope is currency.
Yes.
But you're gonna make me roll a d20 to find out what it is.
Yeah, roll me d20 twice.
Oh.
For 2 coppers?
The first one is a 4. The second one is a 15. 1-5.
So you pull out a copper and a copper weasel.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that has to be worth more than 2.
Dasha grins.
Okay, attack roll from
I
Grogmar.
set the copper and the weasel down on the bar. Does the weasel like immediately run or?
Yes. Yes, the immediate you
Yes!
slam the weasel and the copper onto the bar. The weasel, startled at both being slammed onto the bar and immediately coming into existence, will panic and run. Grogmar will immediately reach over and slam his hand down on the table, and he hit.
Don't hurt him!
Weasel statistics. How many
They're
hit
not
points
gonna
does
be
your
good.
average weasel have?
They're not gonna be good.
7 hit
Oh.
points.
Oh wow.
with a squeak and a shriek, the injured weasel hops down off of the table and books it for the front door.
Dasha goes running after him.
So Dasha chases a copper weasel into the street.
Yes.
Y'all
Dr.
are
Thrace?
terrible fucking parents.
Dasha doesn't have any parents.
Dasha's
He
older
has
than me.
a bird.
Dasha's the only
Yeah, and that
one
makes me the responsible one. How?
Well, Dr. Thrace, you turn to go back to the bar and see this display, or turn to go back to your table and see this display happen.
I would like to counter. I don't know specifically how I'm supposed to counteract that, but reading the page for Bag of Weasels, if the weasel is counteracted, it transforms back into the original item that was taken from the Bag of Weasels.
Some effects try to counteract spells, afflictions, effects, counteract checks because the power of 2 forces. Successfully counteracting an effect disrupts it.
Would that include the bartender bonking the weasel?
I'm checking. When attempting a counteract check, add the relevant skill modifier or other appropriate modifier to your check against the target's DC. No shit.
Yeah, that's the issue I'm running into. Is no crap. I use a skill. How? Which one? Like Arcana, maybe, or Occultism?
If you're counteracting the affliction, the DC is in the affliction stat block. If the spell, you use caster DC.
So caster DC.
What you can counteract depends on the check result and the target's counteract rank.
There's a counteract table.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
My guess would be that's the item level is the counteract rank, but I don't.
Player core, page 431. I'm looking this up in the core handbook.
Thank you.
I'd love a more all-purpose counterspell. That would be nice. Well, that's not the book that I've got, unfortunately.
Oh, you've got the player's handbook, not the player core, yeah?
I've got the core rule book, not the player's handbook or the player core.
Fantastic. I think I've got a copy of the player core already. Let me see.
Honestly, it made most situations worse.
Counteracting spells?
No, my counter spelling. Like there was a few times very helpful, but a fight with the lady, I guess we got her in the end. But like that was pretty much why she went into like super kill mode.
Yeah, it was.
But
Counteracted the entire phase 2 of the fight. It was great.
that benign or that addition, Princek playing
Yes.
thing.
Oh, that was an amazing one. God, I miss those characters.
Counteract is used by spells like Dispel Magic, Remove Curse, and Spell Immunity.
Oh, so I have to
It would be
use
remove
counter
curse,
spell to do
wouldn't it?
Yes. Or
Okay,
Dispel Magic.
I don't have any of those. So instead, I will watch the weasel appear from the bag. Was I aware that this could happen before this moment?
I don't think anybody had taken any time to specifically identify the objects.
Nope.
Fantastic. Sounds to me like it's time for me to cast a
Cast a what?
spell. I'm looking up my spells real quick to see what I want to use.
Okay.
I will cast Needle Darts.
Wait, can't you talk to it because it's a weasel? Oh.
Oh, that's a good question, God. Is a weasel a rat?
Seeing as specifically in the
not
weasel
rodents.
description, it uses either the weasel statistics or the giant rat statistics. So weasels are technically mustelids and not rodents.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the weasel stats would apply then.
I'm
Yeah,
looking at
it's-
rat speak because I know it gives some definitions of what you can and can't talk to.
So
It includes-
I'm gonna go with. Go ahead.
I was just going to say it includes beavers, mice, porcupines, rats, and squirrels, but not other mammals.
Yes.
So then, as written, it would be just those animals.
Yes, and I would. It seems to be rodents, so anything that has incisors that constantly grow.
Beavers, mice, porcupine, rats, and squirrels. Yep, makes sense.
But you are essentially speaking Italian to a Spanish speaker.
Fair enough.
You feel like maybe a word or three could get through. It could be common between rat and weasel.
I would like. My new friend is running after the weasel and has already attacked it, correct?
No. Your new friend, the barkeep, attacked it, and then it ran. It is almost through the front door. Dasha is currently halfway to the front door, running after it. By the time you're able to react.
I go, whoa, I'll handle this. And chase it and walk after this weasel. Fast enough I can keep an eye on it, but not so fast that it thinks I'm the one chasing it now.
Then, Dasha, does that make you stop chasing the weasel?
Yes.
Okay. The description in the thing says the weasel has no loyalty to you and typically attempts to escape as quickly as possible.
That's a great description.
Understandable.
I love that so much.
So it is running out into the street. It is moving in a very erratic manner. It does not seem to know what to do with itself. It seems very confused.
Dear God, keep Dasha away from the skirl.
It is not a skirl.
No, I know, but could you imagine if they infected her backpack?
Ah!
Oh
In fact,
no!
a heap of
Oh
squirrels.
no!
That's exact. Yeah, no, exactly.
Please no!
A bag of squirrels, no.
A bag of spag.
Oh God,
You still don't know where Spork got off to. But it runs out into the street and perception checks for
Don't for
anthrax.
me. I am in the kitchen.
Yep, rolled a 17 for you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna guess you're probably a
I
plus
should have you
6.
roll for me more.
Perception from Dr. Thrace.
Oh wait, no, I had my D20 next to me the whole time. I am an idiot.
Whoops.
no!
I brought it with me.
Well, you're lucky. I rolled you a 17.
I'll stick to my dice for the weasel rolls because they like to go low. Or I should say, some dice roll low. Mine go to hell.
Yep.
Double checking I'm still audible?
Yep.
Perfect. 7.
Wait. Roll it.
Yeah, Dr. Thrace, you immediately lose the weasel in the crowd.
We're not rolling, Dad. This is for other folks.
Yeah, this is Dasha. You see the reflecting with light shining off of the torches, and see it scramble into an alley on the other side of the street.
How loudly can I speak rat?
Very loudly, but the louder you speak it, the weirder it sounds to passerbys.
That's fine. I'm a weird little woman. So I'm gonna go, no, please, come back. I want to help.
All right. Are you two, Dasha? Are you pointing out where it went?
Yes.
Are you two following it?
Quietly now because I see that Dr. Thrace is calm, so I'm following her lead. But I
Okay.
just
Yes,
want
I
the
will
weasel
follow
to
if
put
I
back
see
in my
it.
wild magic bag.
Yes. Well, then you two will make your way quietly-ish to the alleyway. Both of you make me stealth checks.
Okay. Oh, fell in sync. That's a 9 plus whatever my bonus is. I think I get a good bonus on stealth.
Got your sheet here.
I'm so sorry for making you do this. But
No.
because I have to multitask during game.
No worries, I don't mind. You had a stealth +7.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so that takes me up to a 16.
I also got a 16.
16,
Woohoo.
nice. 16 will allow you two to sidle up into the alley and seeing the midden heap between the buildings. Basically a old-timey trash pile, and you see the copper weasel munching at a crust of bread.
Understood. Hey, Dizzy. Freaking it.
Yeah,
Not
because
Dizzy.
you're getting a lot of feedback here.
Oh,
Yeah, are you outside or something, hun?
There we go. Thank you. Sorry. Did you catch what I said?
Yeah, the midden heap with
Yes.
weasel.
So yeah, Dasha and Dr. Thrace will come into the alley to see the weasel eating garbage.
is that better?
Naturally.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
I would like to find some food from my pouch, from my rations, and offer that forward as I say, "It is okay, Mr. Weasel. We are friends."
It squeaks something back at you that you're pretty sure is, what's a weasel?
I will point at him and say, "Weasel."
It looks around.
I will point at myself and say, "Thrace," and point at my companion here and say, "Human." Elf, excuse me.
I'm
not
an
human, elf. And then point at the weasel and say, "Weasel."
Okay.
I will look at my traveling companion and say, "So, how long have you had this guy in your bag? He seems out of sorts."
Well. Okay, hold on. Above the table, did Dasha know what the bag of weasels was when she selected it?
Oh
I think
yeah,
that
Dasha identified
Or did
it.
she
That
just
was
pick
right.
it because it looked cool?
But you also rolled the occultism check to identify it
Oh, that's
after
right.
picking it.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
yes, I'm aware that it's a wild magic item. So, okay, so I sheepishly look at Dr. Thrace and say, well, he's not exactly a normal weasel.
Is this something made by your magic bag?
You could say that, yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Dr. Thrace will pop a squat and say, "Do you have a name yet? What should I call you?"
What's a name?
How injured is this weasel?
Fairly injured, about half health.
I shake my head, turn to Dasha, and say, "Don't tell the others about this. Take one of my iron pitons in my hands and cast metal needles. Or what's it called? Needle darts, excuse
Needle
me.
darts. Alright, do you need to roll to hit or is that a reflex save?
Defense is armor class, so I think I need to roll to hit.
Alright. AC for a weasel is 15.
I got an 18.
That will hit the weasel.
That's 3d4 damage. Do I need to roll?
You said how much damage? 3d4?
3d4.
And no, minimum damage, and min plus 1 will kill it. So yeah, with the does the piton, is it a focus or material component?
So the metal comes off of the piton, and that's what shoots it, but then it comes back into the piton. I have to be holding some sort of metal for the needles to be made out of, but it isn't destroyed, so I think it's a focus.
Okay, interesting. So yeah, like the slivers of metal jiggle free and then fly at it, piercing through in 3 or 4 places, and the thing disintegrates into a pile of thin copper dust.
Yeah,
The
Wigglesworth
needles-
would be very upset if I did that.
How's Dasha reacting to this?
Wait, sorry, to what? I was walking some business.
Dr. Thrace just shot needles at the weasel, killing it and turning it into fine copper dust.
Dasha is initially shocked and heartbroken because she doesn't want her weasels to be hurt, but then eyes glittering in awe of the copper dust because he certainly wasn't expecting it.
The item description for the bag of weasels says that if it dies or is slain, the weasel disappears and the item is permanently destroyed. So
Dust sounds like destroyed. But,
exactly,
I guess
exactly. A copper piece essentially disintegrated into a copper piece worth of copper dust.
Okay. Scoops up the copper dust and returns to the bar, thanking Dr. Thrace.
I'll help you pay for whatever's left of your tab.
Thank you, Dr. Thrace. It's just the one beer. They really thought I was pulling out 2 copper pieces. And then I remembered I have a wild magic bag.
Well,
How many beers has Dasha had?
You tell us.
seeing as these
Can I roll for it?
No. Because there were 4 drinks that were delivered to the table. Dr. Thrace drank hers, Grippy, and Mr. Wigglesworth left without theirs. So you drank 3.
Oh, okay. Oh, and then I didn't get a chance to drink the one that I paid for with the weasel.
You as you come back in, the gruff-looking Goliath is showing his smiling face as he is laughing uproariously. If you try to pay him, he'll wave you off.
Dasha is terrified. Dasha is terrified because this is the largest person she has ever seen, and he controls the alcohol, and she's afraid that he's going to smash her just like the weasel.
Oh no!
Hey, no charge. It's not every day that somebody lets loose a dozen golden weasels in my establishment.
A dozen.
There's a dozen other weasels?
He gives you a wink. A dozen golden weasels. Maybe 2.
Did they fall out of my bag?
He just laughs and will pop over to our Grippy and Mr. Wigglesworth as you are making a good impression on about 10 different people as you're milling amongst the crowd with your torch. Mm-hmm. Some of which seem to know more about the mountain deities than others. But those who do know more seem to contradict one another.
Okay.
They seem to have very different perspectives on these 2 deities. And there's... they see light in one of them and darkness in the other, and it very much depends on who you ask. Who's worse, the one who fertilizes the fields and occasionally cleanses the mountain, or the one who makes weapons of death that are paid for in the blood of miners. Silver used to dominate with sword and spell and
Boundaries
coin.
run off to the water and, pollute nature sources and whatnot. Yeah, that's a really good point. I wouldn't have thought about that.
But it very much depends on who you ask. But about maybe only 2/3 of the people that you talk to coming up here are from around the area, but the other third are wearing either strange clothing or speak with strange accents.
Then I'd like to find someone specifically that I've identified as what I'm going to call tourists.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to find a tourist.
In a black cloak with white bordering, and looks to be crossed bones embroidered on his plate, or not breastplate, embroidered on his surcoat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey!
Hello. Why did you come here?
Trade, and it's nicer weather than my homeland.
Wigglesworth will cock his head.
What you trading?
Bones mostly, and things made from bones.
See. And is this party widely known? It doesn't seem like this religion really has a hold anywhere, but it looks like everybody came from a little bit of everywhere for this.
I plan on being in the area more than a few weeks. I'd rather the mountain not explode. The locals say this keeps it from exploding. I'm gonna do my part.
Oh, jeez. And do you know how far they stretched that? Come, please help us not explode.
You can stretch cum? I don't understand what you said. What?
What? No. I. How far away did the person who came the furthest come from? Like, how far has his message spread?
The mountain deities?
Yeah.
Not on the other side of the Shadow Path. Over there we worship darker things, but for similar reasons. He gives a grim smile.
I'm not sure what that means, but I'm sorry or good job.
Like what?
I'm from Nightwatch. We live at the edge of the Black Sea, the Dead Sea. Things come out of there that... He gets a 1,000-yard stare for a second. Have you ever seen a vampire narwhal?
Oh God.
I don't know either of those words.
I do. And I'm not happy about it.
What
Not
a
a great
horrible day to
company.
have eyes.
Yeah, inside
He's,
my brain.
He shakes himself out of it. The lines on his face speak of stress and worry. As he shakes back his hoodie, has pointed ears. He is elven.
Who do you pray to?
I'm old enough, I pray to Genesis, the god of creation.
Oh,
Have we heard of Genesis? He's been dead
Yes.
for a while.
You would have gotten an education, especially that he's not dead so much as
Waiting to be turned
further
back on.
away.
what happened? You don't know that under your pillow for the dirt man.
At least the people that you learn from don't seem to believe that gods can die. Not in the way that we understand it.
Zental
But
has
they
left
can be
the
born.
chat.
But no, he'll tell you that his days as a trader are much, much more pleasant than his days as a sailor.
Oh, well, you're actually a great person to run into because we're not 100% sure, but we're actually looking to open up an alchemical shop in a town nearby, and with my skin the way it is, getting much closer to the mountain would be of risk with all this ashfall.
What's wrong with your skin other than being a frog?
Oh, I'm a frog. I breathe through my skin.
Frogs breathe through their skin?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
one of the most commonly known facts about frogs. Pretty cool, huh?
Well,
Yeah, I gotta say, I've never met one before.
Never.
it's incredibly uncommon. We are practically one of a kind. Apparently, there's more like me out there, but I want you to know I'm not a Gripley.
Gripley, is that a family name?
Oh, no, it's apparently a group of frog people that live somewhere not here. I've never met one. I read about them in my father's book.
This Ashfall, he eyebrows up at the clouds that are still lightly snowing ash. This weather here is a bright Sunday afternoon compared to Nightwatch. If you think that rain and snow mixed with volcanic ash is bad, imagine the water that comes off of the Dead Sea raining down everywhere. We
That's-
stay indoors on rainy days.
Yeah, that sounds very bad. That sounds very bad.
For me, this being
It's also why we burn our dead.
Imagine
Sorry,
if
cut
every
out there a
time-
bunch.
Oh, sorry. For me, that would be like living at the Embermont because, like, you know, I'd literally be breathing in like glass all the time. Like, imagine if your lungs were on your hands and then somebody poured a bunch of like tiny glass particles on your hand, you know?
Well-
But then that was your whole body.
Well, either way, sounds like you'd die, but if you came to Nightwatch,
Yeah.
you wouldn't stop walking around.
I couldn't do either of those, I think. I'm too porous.
Wait. Did you just casually drop zombies?
Yes, we burn our dead in Nightwatch because the rains will reanimate.
Wait, do we have Dad's body?
Oh, no.
Do we have? Does anyone have Dad's body?
No, Wigglesworth, it's not the same thing.
Care?
It won't be Dad.
The things that the rain awakens hunger for flesh.
So do both of my parents.
They're not picky.
Neither are they. They have eaten my kind.
Yeah, but I largely eat vegetables and berries. Like that's my main source of sustenance. I'm an opportunistic omnivore.
Say what you can. I know what it is.
You know what? I've also killed a man. That doesn't make me a murderer.
And what exactly does that make you, Dad?
That just makes me somebody who has bad judgment sometimes.
Wigglesworth actually will start giggling.
I thought he was gonna hurt my son.
I'm sorry. Did I somehow leave chat? I have no idea how this is.
It does sound like you just reconnected.
Yeah, no, I thought like it's been quiet for a minute. What? What the fuck?
We're not in the scene yet, so it doesn't quite matter.
Okay.
Yeah, they were talking to someone from Nightwatch, a place past the Twilight Pass on the other side of the mountain range, who lives in a place where undeath is common, and apparently the rain reanimates corpses. Wigglesworth thought it might be a good idea to bring Grandpa or Dad over there for reanimation, and Grippy said no thanks.
Undead
But,
are like the bane of my class. I can't fight undead. Like, they have bludgeoning resistance. Bludgeoning is like the old. I have a gun, but like, if I can't punch things, I'm fucked.
Yep. But you will reach the top in a snaking path that goes out of town and up and around on top of this outcropping. There's a bonfire going, and concentric circles of people holding hands around it, and they're all singing, but in a way that you can tell that most of them don't know the words. It's more a wordless melody repeated over and over. There's a gap where they've left a path along the trail for people to approach the bonfire. And following the crowd, everyone goes up and puts their torch or their light source or whatever it is in the pile onto the bonfire. And you can tell when you approach it that that's what the bonfire is, simply a couple of hundred torches all tossed into a pile.
Can I join in on singing the song?
Yes, make me a performance check.
Wonderful.
Okay. Group
I'll get my torch lit at
I
some
believe
point.
it
I didn't
does.
want to interrupt earlier, but I had the torches out, so I figured.
Yes, you did state that you had the torches. At some point, somebody will have touched tips with you.
If it's a +1, it's a 21. If not, it's a 20.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Make an impression performance. Homesy. Group impression.
Yeah, that's just when you make an impression. Yeah, my impressive performance kicks in.
Impressive performance. Yes. So you end up using the making impression using performance. So you got a what total?
If I get my bonus, 21, if not 20.
20. They're all humanoids. So yeah, you get your +1.
Okay, so then 21. Damn, Wigglesworth rolling all right tonight, other than that one fucking 4.
Pretty much everybody here.
I rolled a
That
5
that
for
you
joining.
rolled a 5.
Or 4. Or 4.
Oh.
4, my bad. I don't have a charisma modifier.
Oh. Yeah. Grippy.
But it
Uh,
is fueled by genuine faith. I am genuinely pleading to the mountain with all my heart and soul. A bit too much of my heart and soul. It is too genuine. You know that lady at a church that like she already didn't have rhythm and is like falling, shaking, and crying for
Yes.
like no. That's Grippy right now.
Dear God, Dad, if you start speaking in tongues, I'm going to walk away from you.
No. It's worse. With the deep breath, the throat sac inflates.
Oh god.
It's just a loud like bullfrog. Loud bullfrog noise. That is only vaguely correlated with the two,
Meanwhile, I sound like an angel.
especially in comparison.
And does that increase impression with the group, or is that just a performance roll?
Is a performance rolled to make an impression. They've increased from indifferent as on average to helpful on average.
I thought we already got helpful.
Yeah, but you can't do it twice. You're doing it on 10 different people.
Oh, okay, so I'm getting more of the
So you've essentially got 20 people who are helpful. to you now.
Gotcha. Wonderful. Fucking wonderful.
There
'Cause
might
I
be
think
some
it's a-
overlap, say 18.
I think
Sorry,
it's
what'd
a
you say?
24-hour wait until you further increase somebody's standing.
Gotcha.
Because there are so few steps on it, like you can't really. The only thing above helpful is fanatical, I think,
Oh.
and that's
Oh.
something I remember from 3.5. So helpful is the highest you can get.
Oh.
Willing to
That
help
makes
you
sense.
and responds favorably to your requests.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. That's fucking awesome. How many people
Hell yeah.
would I guess are in this town? Like, how many people were milling about the inn? How many people have I seen in line?
There are probably about 200 people in this procession.
Okay.
You got no way of making a
To
guess
te-
on
yeah.
population density, but a lot. It's a good-sized village. Probably, now it's a good-sized town.
Okay.
From here, even,
Oh.
you can see, you've got a really good view of the place. You can see the whole town and the walls that surround it. Well, that surround 3/4 of it, because the other half is the other side, the western edge, abuts a cliff that goes just straight downwards, out into the valley beyond.
Okay.
So, like I said, you're in a valley in a valley. So you're looking out over the golden plains, lit by moonlight. And on the other direction is the Shadow Pass, the Moonlight Pass. You've heard it referred to as both. It is illuminated by the moonstone embedded in its peaks.
Shiny. Bob has now just started chanting shiny to the melody.
But yeah, no, this town sits on the intersection of the Shadow Road and the Silver Road. The road coming down from the silver mines, and the road coming out of the out of the Moonlight/Shadow Pass, and down into the shadow of the Embermoth.
Can I take out my little quill and draw what I see? Can I do like some sort of check for that?
Yeah. Is there a craft or something?
There is craft.
Make me a craft check.
Okay. I'm not too good at it, but I'll try.
Grippy being so moved by the
14.
music.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot. I
No, go ahead.
forgot.
Grippy being moved by the music.
Wants to start actively proselytizing to people, not necessarily about not trying to convert people to worship life,
Nope.
but just
My headphone just went out.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed.
Mine might have as well.
Give us just a moment.
We can hear you.
Over the video. Alright, can I hear you now?
can you
There
do.
we go.
Yes, we can.
Yay.
So Grippy is not trying to convert people to lifeism, as it were, but is just like fervently proselytizing about the importance of devotion to nature and repenting the wrongs that society has cast upon nature and doing. I'm gonna roll.
Yeah.
I got a 7, but I'm gonna use one of my hero. 17.
Much better.
That
17. 17 will get you a very firm, but not unkind, now is not the time. We are praising a specific deity. If you don't shut the fuck up about another one, we're going to throw you off this rock or into the fire.
Oh, I wasn't yelling about other deities. I'm like talking
nature
about
is a deity.
Getting to the part about the fire god. I was just like, like Earth. Grippy's dejected, just like kicking rocks, quite literally.
With your 17, the guy will take that in stride and give you a pat on the back. You're new around here. Just follow the leader for a little bit. Like, trust me, we respect nature.
I appreciate
May the
you.
ash
Sorry,
fall
I'm
on our
just,
fields.
the ash fall on you. I'm just passionate.
He will be a bit chummy with you for the rest of the ceremony and stick by your side. You've made an impression with one particular person.
Ha! Made a friend.
Yes, you may not have exactly converted him or anything like that. Or he's friendly with you now. He seems to be a local human, a little on the short side. Might have mistaken him for a tall dwarf.
I thought this was the guy with the accent that I was talking to.
No, this was a different guy. Or I assumed so. I assumed it was just somebody when you were doing your singing.
Yeah.
But for about an hour, the festival continues. Festival ritual. The ritual continues. At the end, a man and woman come up in front of the bonfire and get everybody to quiet down, and the lady will say a prayer to the goddess of the moon and silver, and then step aside, and the man will give a much longer speech about the god of the volcano, seeming to emphasize the positive points, the nutritious ash, the cleansing power of flame. There's a parable about pine cone and how many of them need fire in order to germinate. But that will come to a close, and people will let go of hands and start walking back down the mountain.
Is that everything?
Yeah. Well, one of the guy with the bones on his shirt says, "Yeah, that's everything."
Well, do we just wait now?
No, we just go home. Yeah, wait.
Oh, okay.
If the priests are right, the ash should stop falling by morning.
Okay, well, good praying with you. Good ceremony. That was real good. Pulled it together there.
He'll laugh. It was good making your acquaintance.
And Wigglesworth will nod and give a little butt shake.
After which,
Am I able to get the name and contact info of the local that I make friends with? Or at least, like, whereabouts I can find him?
yeah, he's a cobbler. He tells you the the intersection that he works at. Name's Jim
I'm Grippy. Grippy Sock.
Cobbler. What kind of job is sock?
I punch things really hard. And I'm also an herbalist and
I would have guessed.
a druid in training, though, always going to be in training. Kind of the whole path thing.
That's what the master always says.
The master?
Master Cobbler. I'm an apprentice.
Well, it's good to meet a fellow person on the path.
He'll laugh. I wish you much fortune on yours. It seems a bit dangerous. Punching people for a living.
Well,
Often
actually,
punch back.
they do. But me and my friends, while we still want to adventure, we're also looking to set up potentially a storefront.
You're adventurers. Do you know Finn?
We don't. We're relatively new. We got very lucky on our first adventure, and we were living at a place, but then our brothers, who were jealous of us inheriting the house, made local law so that animals couldn't own property, so we got kicked out of there.
He gets a thoughtful expression on his face. That's a real conundrum.
Yeah, so we decided to go elsewhere, and my companion, Dr. Thrace, a bit of an alchemist. Didn't know if there was potentially a need for one in town, but you might know who we could talk to around town about maybe getting that.
I think that we have alchemists or two in town, but he shrugs. They're passable.
Our healing potions are of very high quality. They're not...
I don't know
I guess they
that
heal.
either of them special in healing potions.
Oh,
Yeah, one of them's good with ingredients. My master sends me over there for oils and tinctures and stuff for the leather.
fantastic.
The other one does jobs for the general store.
Oh, so we could really fit it. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask. You go first.
Oh, I was just going to say that it seems like we could really fill a need.
Yeah. And Wigglesworth is going to ask if there are any other musicians around town or performers or anything like that.
We get singers, a few a week. You're staying at the High Ridge Inn. I'm sure one will start playing at some point tonight or tomorrow.
But no one known, like this your town guy.
We've got a few town guys. There's Sam the Shantyman, and there's the Green Bard, Gwen.
It's a interesting name to go by.
She wears green. She thinks it makes her stand out. Her singing certainly doesn't.
Oh, I see.
Honestly, I prefer Sam the Shantyman myself.
Who wouldn't with a name like that?
He plays the favorites.
Does he know what to do with the drunken sailor early in
Oh,
the
we all
morning?
know what to do with the drunken sailor.
Yeah.
Even this far from the sea. I suppose it's mining shanties. But if you're gonna be making or selling healing potions, you're gonna want to know Finn.
Gotcha.
That bastard will make you rich. Comes in with guts hanging out probably twice a month. I keep telling him he needs to either hire a cleric or go out and find one, but none have taken him up on the offer.
Wait, you mean his entrails are hanging out?
Yeah.
What? Oh, so he's dead?
Oh, no. We're not out of healing potions, but he does buy up our stock more often than not, I hear.
Oh, okay.
And, adventurers. If you're a merchant, you make friends with the adventurers. They'll make you rich every time.
You're not wrong.
It's about this point that you guys are getting back to the town gates, and people are coming in a line. It's a guard on either side of the gates. They don't seem to be inspecting people so much as just kind of hanging around in case something decides to attack the gate at night while it's open.
Jim, I'd be more than happy to buy you a drink.
I'll take a
meet
drink.
The rest of my parties, yeah, or the rest of our party.
Yeah. It's a short walk from there to the High Ridge Inn, or to the the Howling Moon Inn. Dasha and Dr. Thrace. The two most recommended dishes were the Ember Stew and the Titan's Feast.
I don't think I can eat enough for a Titan.
Ukraine is the enemy of country. Ukraine is your enemy.
But Dr. Thrace and Dasha see Grippy and Mr. Wiggles come back in with a tall man with a short man with a long, scraggly beard.
I will wave you over once I notice you indoors and say, "Welcome back. What did you do?"
There was a bonfire.
Yeah, we actually appeased a god and helped Dad's skin. Thank you very much.
I
And-
look Grippy over. Does Grippy's skin look particularly different?
No.
It's apparently supposed to stop the Ashfall sometime in the next day or so, for a couple of days. It's a good time. Met Jim here, and Jim told that, and I'll fill the other two in on the details that Jim has just shared with me about the lack of a healer town, and that Finn be probably our best customer.
Good to know. But we do need to assure ourselves of the fact that we can own property in this town before we start laying down roots.
Jim seemed concerned about the fact that we couldn't in the other town, so it seems promising. But yes, we will definitely have to talk to a mayor or something.
He shrugs. It's never come up.
Well,
Then we ask for forgiveness instead of permission.
and
Seems
if we grease the right palms, we could get the protection written into law before it becomes an issue.
That sounds like a better plan.
I've learned a thing, or I listen with speak, Doc. I'm so rude, Jim. Jim, this is my family. You've met my son, Bob, aka Sarah Wigglesworth.
Bob will blink both eyes in succession very slowly.
This is Dr. Thrace, and this is Dasha.
Dr. Thrace will do a little curtsy and say, "And this is Mr. Whiskers, my familiar," and show off my little rat in my hat.
The rat will show off his little hat.
Oh my god.
He does not, unfortunately, have a smaller rat underneath it.
Yet.
Yet.
There's a little flea with a top hat.
Oh my fucking god.
Yes. He's dressed in very simple, rough-spun clothes. He'll spit in his hand and reach out to shake yours, Dr. Thrace. Nice to meet you.
It is nice to meet you as well.
Do you shake his hand?
I do.
It's a little squishy. He will look over his shoulder. Oh, Mysterio's in town. Second best customer. He'll nod over to the corner where the person deep in shadow is still tossing their knife up and down.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think they need a friend.
I think they go out with Finn every now and then, but
Oh,
not exactly the talkative sort.
Yeah.
yeah.
Still don't know their name or
That's
their
fine.
pronouns.
Yeah. Secretive types.
Pretty progressive town.
Never seen under the hood.
I suppose that's fair.
If you are being helpful, good sir, would you be able to direct us to the office of your government so we can attempt to figure out whether we can settle here?
Yeah. We've got a council here that the guild masters are half of, and priests are most of the other half. But
At
we
the
have,
mention of guilds, Dr. Thrace's eyes go wide with wonder.
But we've got a speaker. Yeah, I think that's what they call him. Can bring you over to his house in the morning.
That would be excellent. Presuming
you
there
have
are
to take
rooms in this
outside
inn,
requests.
we will stay here for the night.
Yeah, I'll go up and arrange. So, with talking around, roughly how long of a travel would it be from here to Shimmer?
Oh, and how big was that map that I captured, and how did that do? I was drawing a map a while ago.
Yes. You got essentially the basics and the outline down, and it will have to do the rest from memory. But you got a good view of the pass and where it forks off to head back towards High Ridge.
Okay.
And see the other road, the other two roads that come out of the village, one sort of on either side of the gap. One goes south and one goes north. The one that goes north, a perception check.
Okay. I think that's +6. Yep.
Not used to having players on such a high vantage point.
14? Yeah.
14. Then, yeah, you can't see what's at the end of that road, but based on your memory, you can guess that it's Silver Lake.
Okay.
Silver Lake is like just about 2/3 of the way to Shimmerfield, right?
No, it's the opposite direction. The south road.
You
heads-
gotta look at the key on the board. It's written weird.
Yeah, sorry, it's written weird. East is.
Oh, I
is-
just didn't have my phone with me, so I didn't have the map directly in front of me.
And I just wrote the key on it, so I haven't updated it yet. But it's rotated 90 degrees, unfortunately. North is off to the left, south is off to the right. But Silver Lake takes the Silver Road, and Night Bloom takes the Shadow Road. The eastern road that goes to the path is known as the Moon Road.
Gotcha. Well, then
And
I
we're
will
on
present
the-
Father with this map.
Well done! I will go with everybody, like, with the typical proud dad. Like, big,
yeah. Jim will add a place to the map
Thank you, Jim!
that there is Smokevale Village, about halfway between the mountains, the volcanic mountains, and Nightbloom Village. I will add it to the board and
Yay.
ask that you take a picture and date what I do. There is a pen just had.
Great. Is it that one?
Yes, it is.
I found it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Anyway, so we know what's new. Alright. Good. He actually will add 2 spots to it. Smokevale Town and Lava Flow Ridge.
sounds hot.
They are ash crafters. They export both crafted ash artwork and pumice stones and other porous stones.
Okay, so you gotta tilt your head to get it right, but I will send the original and I will send a copy that is oriented to the north. So I will send the one that's easy to read and then the one that's actually oriented to the north.
Do you imagine what a nightmare a pumice stone would be for Grippy?
Oh God. And while we're on the cartography note there, the second one that Bird posted there is correctly oriented north, south, west, and east. But as you are on the disc, it is technically hubward is north, rimward is south, spinward, which is west, and trailward, which is east. but for ease of communication, we will translate that for your characters off screen and just call it north, south, east, and west. But south is towards the edge of the disc, north is towards the center. The fact that it is that north is to the left simply means that you are essentially around 3 o'clock on the disc.
Interesting.
But in any case, after pointing that out and making those cartographical points, Jim will look pretty proud of himself.
No, it should be.
My dad was a cartographer.
Oh, really?
Well, no, but his dad was.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to be a cartographer. He shrugs.
Jim, you still could be. Like, you know, you can have hobbies, and one day that hobby can become a burning spark that ignites your life and takes you into a whole new direction, you know?
You know, that sounds nice and all, but he'll shrug. My dad tried to be an adventurer.
Yeah, I get what that's like. How'd he die?
Chimera attack.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
We were almost killed by a chimera. Actually, pretty recent.
Where was it?
I'll not give an exact description of the trail, but I'll say mountain ridge.
He'll point to the map and go, near Starfall Cavern?
Yeah.
He sighs. Might have been the same one.
Oh, God.
Now.
Are you
Oh.
sure?
Yeah, I was beaten up on it, and I was pretty close to death. My insides were on the outside, which once again, as I previously mentioned, my skin, my lung. So just them getting hit is bad. Getting hit is bad enough, but yeah, it was awful. And the goat half felt so bad because, you know,
Oh, God, I had forgotten about this. Oh, my God.
it leapt off the cliff.
You...
Cody! I miss Cody!
Do you think he was guilty about killing my dad?
I think so, buddy.
So the goat did not seem to revel in violence, like it had lived a long life and it was ready to rest.
The goat was also at like a quarter hit points when you met it. The
Oh.
Chimera was like at a quarter hit points when you came across it.
Oh, no! He fought valiantly.
He'll nod and seem to take this with some solace.
I'll go to the bartender, and while I also I'll put 1 gold down for our tab for the night, because now we're drinking to Jim's dad. Like, that's just, it feels right. And to new friends and beginnings. And then I'll ask what a week
You'll ask what?
old party, like just having a spot that we can go to for like a week would be nice, or
10 gold.
just getting a night.
You want a 10-day? 10 gold.
Yeah, I guess that, because then if we have to make a trip down to Shimmer, we can have a...
Jim will tap you on the shoulder, Grippy. You can come stay at my place.
Oh, well, hell yeah.
Hey.
Well then, yeah.
Grogmar, the Goliath, will quickly whisk that gold piece that you put down back under the table.
I will
No
I'll put down another gold. Say, well, that since we're celebrating for new friends, it looks like we might be drinking heavily.
Dad, it's 2 coppers for a beer.
Fair enough. He sweeps it under the counter.
God damn it. Can
Yeah,
I
but
charm the bartender?
we're gonna get,
I don't want to, Sorry, go ahead.
we're gonna get, and like to make up for the fact that, like, he might be a little salty about getting swindled out of, or not swindled, but like,
Cock-blocked.
yeah.
But can I do an impression
Make an
check
impression.
on
Yeah.
Thank you.
Diplomacy.
Thank you.
And I'm using it as the backing for a
27.
tab. It's like,
They say never bullshit a bullshitter, but they've never met Sir Wigglesworth.
God,
And
I
there's
love you,
just
Wigglesworth.
Something so sincerely adorable.
Oh, my little fucking menace. I love him so much.
I will.
yeah,
I
like,
think that I do
Chimera.
have to say that if you turn evil, you will lose your adorable.
Okay.
You will lose your I'm so cute power.
Okay.
It's only you lose the +1, so whatever. But I'm just saying.
Gotcha. Can I be adorable to evil people?
Yes.
Evil aligned people? Wonderful. Then that's fine.
So long as they're susceptible to adorability, which not all of them are.
I would take it.
Yes. In any case, he will pour drinks for everyone.
And we are friends now.
He's He's taken a liking to you.
Wonderful.
He does seem to exaggerate pretty much everything that he says, including stuff that you blatantly witnessed.
I love
I know
that.
people like that.
Fan of that. Like, it's also like, it's a very gay thing to do, too. You know what I mean? Just,
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like, that's the thing that I want when I die is Irish-style wake, everybody drink about it, but I want everybody to tell stories about my life that progressively get more and more exaggerated throughout the night, until by the end, practically none of it's true.
some of favorite, just increase until point of
So you're cutting out a bit. Is your microphone too far away?
There we go. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I was just saying I love that.
I just want to be turned into a cryptid. Someone make up a story about seeing me in the woods or me with Michael Jackson. Probably not Michael Jackson.
Michael A. Jordan? Michael C. Jordan?
Mike Q. Jordan.
Yes. In any case, there is much drinking and much rejoicing. Everybody make 42 saves
Oh, wonderful. This is gonna go well.
versus hangover.
Yep.
Ha, my pure body. 24. But I mean,
God damn.
yeah, I have like a plus like
Okay, that's a +4 for me, right? 15.
15. Nice. What'd you get,
23.
Grippy?
You
What'd you get, Grippy?
hear me?
Yeah, what'd you get?
Oh, 23. 2-3.
Fantastic. And Dr. Thrace?
15.
15. Everybody got 15 or above. Fantastic. Alright, well, then y'all wake up dehydrated, but after rehydrating a little bit, you don't feel too shitty.
Wonderful.
At some point in the night, somebody begged Jim to sing shanties, and Wigglesworth got very into it.
Yes. We had a wonderful night together.
The feral child was dancing on the tables,
Weird.
and Dr. Thrace was accidentally performing wild magic.
Complete with dancing weasels.
Yes.
So, unethical smokescreen, if you fill your bag with rocks and you reach in and fling your hands out, like
Weasels.
statistically, a bunch of them will become weasels, and then we can run. Like, I'm just saying, it's not ethical, but it is
But it
effective.
would work.
Yeah. That's a drunk idea that Grippy brings up the night before. Is just like, listen, I'm not saying that this is ethical or that I condone this behavior at all. I am a devout follower of life, and I believe in the sanctity of animals. But if you were to fill your bag with rock, we could make a weasel smoke screen.
Yep. I can't think of many things that would piss a
Sequoia
god
off
of
more.
life off more than the reckless summoning of large amounts of animals from nothingness
As
with-
cannon fodder.
with no regard for their future well-being.
Grippy would not suggest this idea while sober.
No,
But-
no.
Very
I'm simply saying
She would be
what
big mad.
Grippy-
Sequoia would be big mad about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what Grippy will realize in the morning.
Oh, what happened?
Oh no, they just drunken conversations about weasel smoke screens. Not performing the weasel smoke screen, but certainly passing the idea by, and then in the morning going, "Oh no, there are very few things that would piss her off more."
Going out and being like, all right, guys, we cannot weasel smoke screen. That was a terrible idea. That is.
What are you talking about?
Never mind. It's okay to lie if it's to your children. Everybody knows that. It's not even like bad parent. Literally everybody.
There is a
Yeah, sure, Dad.
soft clink as a plate is set next to you. All of you realize you're laying down in the living room
Oh,
near the fire on feels like a straw mat.
nice. This is swanky.
there is a halfling woman with a lot of smile lines around the eyes, who's setting down plates of eggs and sausage.
Oh, are you a goddess?
Oh no, I'm Lem.
I am.
I'm spouse.
Oh, nice to meet you. You're a very lucky woman.
She'll shrug.
You have a lovely home?
She'll look around and laugh. It's very much a one-room deal. There's a bed over in the corner. You see Jim passed out in it.
Well, you're a gem. Please just let me do this. Don't make me talk.
Yep, make an impression.
Wigglesworth is much better at talking than I am. You said most humans' will is 12?
Yes.
13?
Nods, and she's kind, bullshitting you back, giving you shit about it, and go, no, I sure as hell hope nobody had to pry me from the ground. But I see a compliment in there somewhere. Trying to be born. She'll hand you the plate of eggs.
Thank you. Wigglesworth will pull into its eggs.
Well, after serving everybody breakfast and leaving a plate on the table by the bed, she will wish you a good day. So you're all waking up at Jim's place.
I want to wake up Jim with his wife to let him know that he can find us, like, we're at the tavern, then, or we could just, if we're not hungover after breakfast, we could just ask around and tell him to meet us at the tavern, like, tonight. We'll probably just get rooms at the tavern.
He was going to
Appreciate.
help us find the mayor today.
Yeah, I was saying we could ask around town and try and find. If he's passed out drunk, he's not an adventurer. He doesn't have, he has commoner fortitude, say.
Looking over, with a keen eye, you spot that there is a sausage missing from his plate.
By the sausage.
There is soft grumbling sounds from the bed as he reaches over and grabs the other sausage. What's that?
Oh, good morning, Jim.
He'll sit up with a mouthful of sausage. What's that about mayor? We get a mayor?
Oh yeah, remember we were gonna go see the mayor today.
The speaker.
Oh, yeah, town speaker, yeah.
Someone's
Hey,
microphone is coming through really
yeah,
well.
somebody's microphone is going absolutely insane.
Oh, it's probably mine again. Sorry.
Turn it off and turn it back on. Sometimes that helps. Fingers crossed. Chime back in when they're on.
Better?
Yes.
Oh, significantly, yes.
Sorry about that. I don't know why it does that.
No idea. I could make guesses, but none of them would be educated. But we do know what solves the problem. Turning it off and on again.
Solves
Very
most
true.
problems, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
Until it doesn't turn back on again.
Yeah. But Jim will pat himself off and pick his teeth with a twig for a bit, and then, alright, y'all wanted to head there, or you got stuff to do first?
Nothing in particular unless y'all wanted to.
There was a merchant that I wanted to speak to, but we can do that later if y'all want.
Let's make sure we can own property in town.
Okay.
Alright, fair enough. He'll dust himself off, straw from the bed, and lead you out and around to the town hall. There's a short line, maybe half a dozen people. Somebody complaining that the customs tax is too high. Him countering with monsters on the fucking roads. We need to pay Finn. Unless y'all want more chimeras. Couple of other petty issues. Somebody broke through somebody's wall in the middle of the night. Somebody was drunk racing horses.
Sounds amazing.
But eventually, you're led up by a bailiff sort of person. The speaker himself is in a sort of rust brown tunic with a, looks like a stone perch on atop his head. It doesn't fit terribly well, but the runes inscribed on it certainly look elaborate. Well, Gripley and Octoron, and I couldn't tell. Is there a name for hedgehog folk?
Oh, we're awakened animals, and not specific species.
Well, then my trivia night goes unrewarded yet again.
Well, unfortunately, we were a trick question there, though. Impressive nonetheless. I've met only one other in our travel to have known even of the Gripley.
They're mostly coastal. Or, there's, I think, a few enclaves of them in the Serpent's Nest, but awakened animals.
Yeah, hi. My name is Wigglesworth. This is my father. This is my mother. They take care of me to a certain degree. And we are rolling a diplomacy check because I don't want to talk anymore.
Hurtful, but accurate. But also, I sacrificed yourself diving.
I am alive, but I have also had to save your life.
Yeah.
Which is a certain kind of traumatic that is, you don't get past quickly.
Or probably ever.
Yeah, sometimes if they're enough of a cunt.
This character thing.
Nice to meet you, Wigglesworth. Your mother and father, you two awakened this critter.
Indeed.
Sarah Bobbington Wigglesworth III.
You two awakened Sarah Bobbington Wigglesworth III.
Our father, a great wizard, did. He's unfortunately passed on.
Would that be Sarah Bobbington Wigglesworth II? Or the first?
Oh, how do you pronounce his name?
Spikel? It's like Michael, but Spike.
My immediate predecessor was Spikel, another awakened familiar. There was a human wizard before him who awoken Spikel.
Awakened familiar.
Yes, we were all familiars at one point. Just like my little Mr. Whiskers here. And I pull out Mr. Whiskers.
Greetings, Mr. Whiskers. And what of your master, if you are familiars?
Unfortunately, he passed on. We were living in his wizard tower in Highcliffe, but others wishing his estate had us declared non-persons in that town, so we were forced to leave.
Oh, the Tower Mage.
Yes.
Caracus. I take it there is no Sarah Bobbington Wigglesworth II?
No, but nobody could stop us from naming our new friend what we wish.
I'm a puppet to them sometimes. I'm not sure if they really understand the concept of giving something sentience, considered they were given sentience themselves.
It is a tricky matter that I've rarely had to adjudicate, but let's start with some basics. Firstly, I speak for the town government, and so we do actually get some say on how people are named and presented in our town. If there is no Sarah Bobbington Wigglesworth the first or second, then you are not Sarah Bobbington Wigglesworth the third.
Excuse me. I am giving you a sound to call me by, okay? It is a sound you make to get my attention. What is the problem with that?
Sarah Bobbington Wigglesworth is a name. The third is a title.
How?
Third what?
Me!
You are the third you?
The third awakened.
Yeah! Thanks. And Darth will give one of his bottom hands back to Dad for a high five.
High five. Can I roll a thievery check to do a sleight of hand to have a very sly 5?
Oh god,
Yes.
no, it's gonna go so badly, no.
10
God damn it!
or 11.
-2 for sticky fingers.
I'm wearing my gloves because I'm gonna be
Okay.
needing. Yeah.
Then that if he notices, he does not say anything about it. So, which one of you is the first?
I am the eldest.
I see.
I am
And-
Dr. Thrace, a graduate of civic wizardry.
He nods. Embermont University or further afield?
Was Embermont right now?
Yes.
I graduated from Embermont scant months ago.
Nods. Well, I sure hope you did well on your homework. It does not... Tell me again, who's your father?
Our father was the wizard from the tower on High Cliff.
That was Caracus. You mentioned the name Spikel.
Oh, yes! Spikel was his first attempt at awakening a animal. Spikel's lifespan was much shorter compared to the rest of us.
The awakening process was not entirely. We were the first. I don't wish ill of our father, so I didn't want to do it first.
He'll weigh this, swaying his head from side to side. So, you are not an awakened animal, are you?
Oh, which one of us is the
No.
awakened?
Captain
yes.
Thrace. Or Dr. Thrace. You were
No.
born to an awakened animal.
Is that
Pedantry
different?
is how I got my
haven't
position.
considered it.
As most bureaucrats do.
Now, I don't know what you are, but awakened animal you are not. I think I shall refer to you as a hedge folk. Is that acceptable?
I have no conflict with that nomenclature.
He will nod and write something down on a parchment next to him.
A hedge folk hedge wizard.
He will give a little chuckle at that. Then you are an awakened animal, and you are an awakened animal, pointing at Grippy, Sirrah Bobbington Wigglesworth the third.
Indeed.
And Spikel would be the first. The math still checks out. He nods.
First generation, second generation, third generation.
You came here just to introduce yourselves, or did you have a query?
Well, we still haven't 100% decided that this would be the town, but as we said, we did receive a small inheritance from the tower.
From Caracus, yes.
From Caracus, and we heard that this town lacks a healer's shop, and that's I've studied nature's lore, and Dr. Thrace here has studied alchemy, and we were hoping to be able to set up a shop and a little home here.
We could use another healer's shop. I believe that the Foragers Guild, Crafters Guild. No, because it's specifically crafting people who craft potions and let's call it alchemists. The Alchemist Guild may have to approve.
Apothecaries.
Yeah, the Apothecaries Guild.
Love that.
The Apothecaries Guild may have to approve, but I don't see any particular issues so long as you pay your dues.
Understandable.
Well, and then also potentially wanted to see about the process of getting it written into law that us awakened animals could own property, because having it yanked out from under us all over again would just be, we'd at that point just be homeless in the woods, which I'm fine with, but as I'm a druid, but my son, he is very small and accustomed to the finer things in life, and I'll point at Bobbington.
I am sorry, Grippy, but I cannot do that for you. What if someone were to awaken, say, a chicken? Would that chicken have rights? Would that chicken be able to sue its farmer for poor treatment? Would it be murder to kill such a thing?
Okay. I hear you.
Do they own their rights?
I hear you. Counterpoint. Anyone can make children and do the same exact thing. You're talking about the same exact... Anyone can have a child. You are talking about the literal exact same thing.
A child does not gain sentience in a moment. We train them for that. That said, he holds up a finger to stall you. That said, you should have had me as a lawyer. Dr. Thrace is not an awakened animal, and can legally own property as a hedge folk.
You're a very kind man. Grippy will tear up.
I'm a very pedantic man, he smiles.
Bob is unclenching his fist behind his back.
Hand off of tiny crossbow.
Yeah.
While still smiling the whole time, disposition
Yes.
doesn't change at all, just one of the many hands just slowly comes back to the front.
Yep.
Do you have any suggestions who in town we may rent store space from?
He will list off a couple of likely places. Honestly, he refers you to the Apothecaries Guild.
I understand.
Any places that he would give you, they would quibble. They would quibble about literally anything he told you to do, simply to quibble about it. Best thing is to ask them directly.
Where are they then?
He will direct you to them. They are near the northwest, by the Shadow Road, southwest.
And Dr. Thrace will nod and say thank you very much.
Of course, of course. I hold no prejudice against you as awakened animals, and I do not neglect to... I do not rescind the town's defenses of your personal property. I cannot write into law that will be given to animals that are awakened within my town, but as you have entered from elsewhere, you may keep your goods, you may buy goods, you may sell goods.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy to write it down as precedent. He'll scribble something down.
Oh, this is the first time society's ever been kind to us. That and the one old man at the bar.
We're gonna have our friends go legit, and then we're gonna have a business together. It's gonna be so good.
And we're gonna still be able to adventure around here, because the protection of a guild means likely that we can rent storage space for when we want to go on extended trips. We can literally just pack down the store into a storage unit and go on said trip.
Or you could ask the apothecary shop for somebody to mind the shop while you're away.
That's brilliant. You're right. Oh my gosh, it's almost like you plan this out and you do this, like, for us, where you create, like, a world that also has conveniences for us. That's brilliant. Ah,
Well,
brilliant.
you are able to go over to the Apothecaries Guild. It is fairly professional and a little bureaucratic. Somebody make me a society roll.
I'm doing that.
Oh, I live in a society.
Oh, okay.
I get a +8, so I think I'm probably one of the best.
Yes.
No, you're better. You're better. It's int, not charisma.
And character-wise, Dr. Thrace would be better at bureaucracy anyway as a wizard.
That's
and
true.
And
That's
a
true.
doctor of civic wizardry.
Unnatural
Grippy.
20.
Oh, nut.
Fantastic. Then, with that, you are given a small stack of paperwork to work through, but breeze through it. This is much easier than a lot of the wizardry papers you had to write.
I summon up one of my little ink pot constructs and use that to fill it in.
Oh, fantastic.
Love that.
Full floating multi-purpose rolling stamp.
I think it's cute that also both of our characters, like, both of us played wizards that, like, took, like, effectively a cantrip to be able to just, like, summon ink to be able to write. Like,
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's cute.
It's good for a wizard.
Yeah, it's fucking brilliant. I love it.
Armed with especially the race title of Hedgekin. What did I say?
Hedgefolk.
Hedgefolk. Of Hedgefolk to fill in this paperwork. You are spared quite a bit of possible bureaucratic nightmare and sail right through. You bring all the paperwork back up to the desk, and they say to check back in tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Possibly next week.
I thought potentially, like, doing it under Dasha's name or something, but I feel like Dasha would be, like, diametrically
Not responsible.
Yeah. Well, I just meant, like,
Not
I just thought, like, you
responsible
just
enough.
would not be into, like, be like, no, I don't want my name on, like, documents for a building. Absolutely
I don't
not.
think she's 11 years old. She doesn't understand that.
Are you even literate?
Can Dasha read and write?
Yes,
Yeah, only been feral for a couple of months now.
this is true.
Taken
That's
to it like a
good.
fish out of water or a fish in water, but
You know, I think when little girls hit like 11 or 12 years old, like 5th or 6th grade, they start acting really weird. So I think she's just like she's in the right age category to like really get into it, you know?
Yep. What did you need?
And, oh God, Hatchie.
to become a problem and not on accident. In fact, on purpose.
So it's probably going to take about a week for the paperwork to all go through, but the person at the front will explain to Dr. Thrace that you're likely to get through. You're likely to have to pay 10% to the Apothecaries Guild and make sure to source your ingredients through the Apothecaries Guild and associated foragers.
Can we also forage for our own ingredients?
With the sign-off of a guild forager, yes.
Sick.
Are there any in
Is-
town?
Yeah. There's a few dozen.
Ideal.
I'm glad
Dasha
you
may
brought
not
it up.
be responsible enough to own a building, but she is responsible enough to for it.
We should get you sponsored as a forager, Dasha, once I become further established.
I could do that.
I'm glad they brought it up, because that's what we were gonna go do while we were waiting.
They're protecting their work, protecting their labor.
It also limits the number of inexperienced people that could potentially damage the ecosystem.
Or die
Precisely.
from dangerous ingredients.
Is also very much for protection. When that's brought up, the secretary will note that journeyman foragers and beyond can begin to earn credits towards resurrection should they die in the attempt.
Oh,
Pretty
How
cool.
I've only seen one or two of those actually go through.
But they're on the docket.
Oh yes, I think we've got 2 on the docket that we're just waiting for gems.
So, I'm not accusing you in anything here, but are you saying you're extorting dead people's families for money to resurrect them?
Oh no, they've earned enough credits. The gold is set aside for the gems. We are simply waiting for the mines to pick up one worth 10,000 gold pieces.
Ah, understood. You still need the components. You're backlogged.
Yes, consequence of offering the service.
Gotcha. So you need folks to go mine shit in a dangerous spot for you?
That would be a question for the Miners Guild.
Fair.
Are there any other benefits of joining this guild I should be aware of?
Oftentimes, guild members can get discounts at general stores along the Silver Road and the Shadow Road.
How useful.
We give lodgings to guild members. If you're going to be renting a shop, it will usually come with lodgings above the shop itself, so you're able to protect your merchandise.
Well, that's awfully thoughtful. That's nice.
Protecting our investments.
Yeah, that too.
The guild does few things for love and most for money.
Like a true cowboy. Wigglesworth will look off in the distance.
Now, Cowboys Guild's further off in the back.
There's a cowboys guild! Wigglesworth is now ecstatic.
Have you always wanted to be a cowboy?
Since now!
also, remember, we bought, your leather outfit is vaguely cowboyish. You are...
It's true, we did give me a leather vest, didn't we?
And,
Oh my god.
and I'm pretty sure we got you a hat.
Yes, we did. Oh my god,
Yeah.
yes.
Cowboy needs a hat, needs a hat, needs a hat.
And chaps are the only thing that are going to fit on Wigglesworth.
Yep, because you can't fit anything else around my thighs, so.
Yeah, that is a bit of a predicament. And, a lot of boots.
Yes.
But the
Can you be a
paperwork
member
is...
of multiple guilds?
Go ahead.
Oh, can you just be a member of multiple guilds? Could I also join the Foragers Guild so that we could forage for our...
Yeah?
Uh,
That's allowed.
Oh,
Not unheard
sick.
of.
This is gonna be awesome.
Finn's a member of all the guilds.
Okay, yeah,
That's a lot of discounts.
Finn's supposed to be in town tomorrow? That's what everybody keeps saying.
He got into town this morning.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, just
Came by here, stuffed his wounds full of healing herbs, and walked back out.
Yeah, that's what we've heard. Dude is hard to track down.
He should be over at the tavern. Or at the inn. Howling Moon, he must have seen it.
Yeah, no, definitely. Should probably make our way over there to have a conversation with him. He seems like the kind of guy who'd be kind of important. Especially if we're getting a business started out here for that purpose.
Well, best of luck. He's friendly enough.
That's good. I could use a friend.
Well, then, are you all headed over to the inn, or doing something else? Any more questions for the guild?
I'm interested in going to see the other apothecary in town. We've heard that there's 1 or 2 of them around, so it's probably good to say, hi, I'm somebody who's going to be buying from you. Establish a relationship.
Yeah, I was thinking potentially just heading over to the Foragers just to get that out of the way as well.
The Foragers Guild isn't so much a guild as foragers are a part of the Apothecaries Guild. They're just a designation.
Oh, sick. So, like, once in there, like, I get sign off from, like, XYZ forager, they'll be like, yes, person approved forage.
It's 4 extra pages of paperwork for Dr. Thrace to do. It'll be no problem.
Perfect. Well, then, me to the apothecary.
The apothecary that you were directed to, as of the 2 apothecary shops, fronts, apothecary labs, only one of them is an actual store. The other is more a lab that a few alchemists work in for the general store, or for the general stores in the area. But you make your way over to Silk and Oil.
Excuse me.
And it is a shop crowded with shelves and glass jars, clay jars with writing on them, a few glowing jars on high shelves, and a little old lady, as little as an orc gets. So about at 5'9", hunched over, and on her cane, looks half a hag. Oh! Who are you all, and what do you need?
My name is Dr. Thrace, and these are my awakened animal companions. We're moving into town, and we're attempting to, and have submitted paperwork to join the Alchemist Guild, and I've heard you're a member.
Yep, yeah,
Dr.
that's me.
Thrace will curtsy and say, I just thought it would be polite to come in and say hi. We'll be getting to know each other, I assume.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm Old Maeve.
Nice to meet you, Old Maeve. I'm a doctor of the Embermont University of Civic Wizardry.
Oh, we got a wizard in town now.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, that'll be nice. I haven't had a wizard in a couple of years now.
What happened to the last one?
Nothing big. Went off with Finn.
Never came back?
Yeah, unfortunate.
Well, hopefully we shall be able to improve the survivability of Finn and friends in other encounters, as we specialize in healing potions at the moment.
Did you get new friends?
It doesn't sound like this man keeps friends for long. Can I roll the fucking thing that makes people like me?
Yes, diplomacy. Makes impression.
A joint?
Yeah, that too.
That too.
God damn it, I'm re-rolling that. Much better, 25.
She likes you well enough. And she seems kindly and just a little bit callously cruel towards strangers.
Okay, good to know.
I was wondering, as a member of the Alchemist Guild, if there's anything about the guild I should know that they wouldn't tell me down at the hall.
Secrets.
I'd be willing to make a diplomacy check or something to make her more willing to
Yes.
discuss things.
Yes. Cover. West. Diplomacy.
Am I rolling that?
No, Dr. Thrace.
19.
19. Well, be sure that you've got your own forager, or you're gonna be paying extra for ingredients.
I understand.
You gotta pay for the ingredients, and they take their tax off of that, and then they take their tax off of all sales. So if you don't get your ingredients yourselves, you're paying them twice.
Good to know. Does the guild set the price rates for common potions to be sold across the valley?
They coordinate with other alchemists and apothecaries guilds around the valley and set a standard price. It doesn't vary by too much.
Fantastic.
They're allowed to charge more in places where supply is scarce, but gouging can result in loss of guild privileges.
I understand. It's important for the guild to uphold its reputation.
She'll nod, brittle white hair lagging just a second behind. Just a moment. Gotta knock at the door.
Good luck.
Little girls are selling tamales at my front door for $3 each. We'll be right back.
I understand. God, that's such a good business model for an apartment complex.
Oh, yeah. God, I miss Tamale Lady.
There's a little bakery in Eugene over where I live that on occasion just has a little, I don't know what you'd call them, like, you know those yellow signs that they have on the ground for, like, when you're mopping? The bigger ones of those that have, like, stuff printed on them? That lets you know when the bakery's grandmother has made a load of tamales that you can come in and purchase. The sign does
there
not
was
stay up for long.
a sweet little old lady that used to walk around when they lived in the...
All right, now we're unmuted.
I'm so happy. Oh
And
my
then
God.
when I lived in the Mission, we had a really, really good tamale lady who posted up at the Walgreens, like a block from our house. When my ex and I would get in fights, if he would either wipe off one of my drawn-on eyebrows, which was the ultimate offense, or if he really wanted to be funny, he would threaten to leave me for tamale lady, which frankly would be justified. Like, I would have left him for her in a heartbeat. Probably should have fed me better.
The wiping off the eyebrow one sent
Oh
me, though.
yeah, no. The day that he realized he could do that, like it was on.
Oh.
I had to be on guard for him because he thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
Oh no.
Like I don't even remember. I don't remember what we were fucking fighting about either. But he's like, you know what, Tegan, and just licked his thumb and reached over and just wiped it across my forehead. I was so pissed.
That's wow. That's just wow.
That is some expert pettiness.
Oh yeah. Oh, you
God.
underestimate this man. I think
Oh.
part of the reason I'm so petty is because I had to learn it to counter him.
Oh.
It's just giving me
And
flashbacks.
several other men in our house. Like it was me against all of them.
Yes.
It's giving me flashbacks to Balder with eyebrows.
Oh, Balder with eyebrows was the complete opposite end of that.
Oh,
That he'll never live it down.
No, Papa. Yeah, if you want to grab another fork, because this is real fucking good.
Oh, tell me all about the tamales.
They're so good.
That's the best reason for a knock at my front door.
Oh yeah.
I think it's chicken. I don't know. It's good.
So there's a lot of people from like Puerto Rico out here in Amsterdam, and
Ooh, you
like
getting those fried plantains?
no, like street food isn't really a thing here in town. Like
What?
it's like, well, no. So like the thing is, it's like there's
Well,
hella
you live in
Puerto
upstate New York. People can't go outside half the year.
Yeah, but like even during the summer, like the thing is in Amsterdam is like it's all like it's not like 50-50, but it's like Puerto Rican people and then like white people who are all like kind of uppity about the fact that Puerto Rican people just exist.
Puerto Rican people, Dominican Republic, Cuban.
Yeah, and so it's just like there isn't really a lot of the like cultural bleed in Amsterdam. It's just like strictly white, and then
that sucks.
yeah. And then like because of that, a lot of like the Puerto Rican people are like not necessarily trusting of white people, which it's like understandable because a bunch of the like, people literally will like glare and be like Amster Rico, and it's just like
A robot.
Yeah.
Reclaim that.
God damn, like I just want like there to be good cultural like back and forth so that we can have fucking street food. I just want to be able to walk down the street, fucking buy XYZ fried plantains. I've never had that shit. I'd love to.
It's not insulting to your spice tolerance.
It's really nice. I've been spending a lot of time with my grandma lately, and we're driving past a church, and it's got foreign writing on it. I'm pretty sure Korean, but I'm not entirely sure. It might be Vietnamese. And she looks over there and is like, "Oh, what kind of church is that?" And I'm not entirely sure. And she's like, "Huh? You know, the world's a lot better with a lot more diverse people in it." I'm like, "Thank you, Grandma. I appreciate that you recognize that I do see you as conservative because you identify as conservative. You go out of your way to not be an asshole, or to express that you appreciate other cultures and stuff. Like,
yeah,
fuck the stereotype. Thank you."
No, there's a bunch of El Salvadorian places down in Aloha that serve pupusas, and I am ready to try every single one of them.
you should, especially if they have the Loroca ones with squash blossoms. I cannot recommend those.
Ooh,
There's a place by my house that does those. They're really good.
Oh my god, yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, anything involving the squash blossoms, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that should be
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Well, Old Maeve will be happy to give you the lowdown on the guilds, or at least on the Apothecaries Guild, and there are a few associated ones along the valley up to the Embermont, and they don't extend very far down Titan Ridge, just because it gets real inhospitable up and through there. But she's widely traveled herself. She's from Wintermoor.
And
A
moved.
society check to see if anybody knows what that is.
13
Nine.
plus 8 is 21.
Grippy, you have no idea. Dr. Thrace, Wintermoor is near the hub, somewhere near the pits, somewhere near the fighting pits.
I see.
The name has always stood out as odd because it's so close to the hub. No, never mind. Scratch that, because the hub is now cold. That's the opposite of what I was thinking. Anyway, Wintermoor, nearest the hub, coldish region, near the fighting pits.
Understood.
Notable that there are a lot of monster people who live there.
Interesting.
But anybody else have questions for Old Maeve, or where are you heading from here?
I would like to see if she would sell me a formulae or two.
Mm-hmm.
She can say no.
I think that she herself would know. She has, I would say, doing some quick math in my head here real quick. T minus 40% chance of having any particular formula.
Okay, I'd like to see if she has the Tinder Twig formula.
What level item is that?
1.
Then 60% chance.
You'd like me to roll a percentile?
Yes.
I will
Roll
find
under
percentile.
60.
There we go.
Roll under 60.
49.
49. She's got the recipe. She cannot sell it to you yet, but she will when your papers come through.
Fantastic. And that's it. I want that one.
Okay.
He likes the sponge. It's gross, Pete.
Well, she'll front you that one formula as long as you promise not to tell.
My lips are sealed.
She will expect payment in a week once your papers go through. If your papers don't go through, she will expect a favor.
They said at the guild that I was likely to pass the submission form.
So long as you're not a dragon in hedgehog form, you should be fine.
Nope, I'm a hedgehog and a wizard. A hedge
Lost the
wizard,
voice.
if you will.
Well, so long as you're not a dragon in hedgehog form, you should be fine. Sorry, lost the voice there for a minute there. Anyway, she will happily send you on your way with that formula. Where are you going from here? Are you just gonna kill time for a week, or are you planning on doing something between?
I wanted to go to the market and talk to that gnome person who would likely give us a good deal.
Ooh, okay. Yes. The Ash Crafter?
And there was a guy who was specifically given his name, Habblebabble.
Habblebabble.
Yes, that was a different one. There were two.
What kind of crafter was that you were looking for?
That was just someone who would be nice to awaken animals and kinder to small people. I was just trying to find a good deal.
I feel like those were the same one. Okay.
It's possible.
Habblebabble the Tinkerer. He has a variety of strange little whirligigs and bits and bobs in his shop. The place is almost deafening and thick with a haze of rainbow-colored smoke.
Oh my god, I love this man. I'm going to strike him up in conversation immediately.
He's not immediately visible, but there's a little stool or a little step that up next to the counter so that shorter folk can come up, and you look back, there's a workshop. Little gnome with a curly, well-kept beard and mustachio is working on something. And there's a wrench involved, a lot of metal tubes, and a little sparking ball of energy underneath a little glass dome.
Oh, that looks serious. Hello.
And he does not seem to hear you.
Okay.
Sorry, I was muted. What was the question?
Oh, we were.
There was Habblebabble, the tinkerer. I was just describing his shop.
Oh, I thought I heard Dizzle. I was listening to that, and I was like, wait, I didn't think I had missed a question. Okay, sick. Sorry, I was just,
No, you're good.
I was multitasking, and I thought I had missed something.
No, just trying to get this guy's attention, but he's doing something with a lot of focus,
And it's very loud in here.
and it's very loud in here. There's a way I can do this, I'm pretty sure. I don't really have a spell for this.
Well, as you're hemming and hawing and trying best to think of a way to get his attention, there is a shrieking grinding sound
Oh God!
from the machine that he's working on. He panics,
Not
goes,
shield.
yes.
Okay.
Two of you cast shield. He panics, scrambles around the thing. The gear grinding intensifies, and a whirring sound starts to build from a low thrum and increase in pitch. He starts smacking the thing with a hammer.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
get
protect
down.
Dasha with my flesh and drag them to the ground with me as I tuck. Or I'm gonna try to drag as many people with me to the ground as I duck.
So as y'all hit the deck behind the counter, there's an explosion.
Wonderful. I love this person so much.
The room is flooded with thick purple smoke that tastes of strawberries. And something glowing and orange shoots past your head. Oh shit! Catch it! Catch it! Catch it!
Reflex saves?
I think it would be attack rolls.
Ah.
Oh, fantastic. 23.
Is that
15. Wait, do I get a bonus
unarmed or-
on?
Yeah, what is that?
Unarmed gives you your usual proficiency bonus. Everybody's proficient in unarmed, so it's +3 at your level, plus strength or dex.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dex. So that's +5.
Okay, I think
Check.
the dex
You-
would be another.
Master.
Unarmed dex +3, so +6 for you.
Okay,
50.
so that's 15 plus 6, 21.
Nice.
Better than I
Go
thought.
Dasha.
Leveled up. I think I'm a master in unarmed strikes as a monk. I can't remember. Or I'm an expert.
In either case, you and Dasha leap on top of the thing, pinning it for a moment before your hands go numb.
Oh, jeez. Can I make an athletics check to, like, grapple myself around it?
As you are attempting to do that, a dark figure, short and covered in soot, runs up with the upper half of a bell jar, says, "Let go!"
I do that.
As you both pull away, he slams the jar on top of it and yells, "Close him or fuck him!"
I'm sorry.
What?
God, say that sentence again.
He says, "Close
Beg
him
your
or fuck him."
pardon?
It's obviously a spell. Wigglesworth will say.
It's fucking close in gibberish.
Gibberish is a language?
Yeah, it's no language.
Oh, I love that.
Do you mean for us to close it or for it to stay closed?
No, I got it. That was
Okay.
the activation words.
Okay, fantastic, because otherwise this would be very problematic. We'd be discussing the closing of the thing that needed to already have been closed. Like, at this point, 30 plus seconds.
Nope, but if you could just hold it down for a moment while I go get the bottom for it.
Always searching for a bottom. I'll sit on it.
He will go off into the thick purple smoke and reappear a minute or so later with a thin bronze sheet that's got what look to be scribbles all over it. He slides it underneath the jar and clamps it down. Good. How can I help you today, gentlefolk?
Hello, my name is Dr. Thrace, and these are my animal companions. We've moved into town as of today, and we're meeting people in town to see who's nice and such. This is my brother, Grippy Socks. our most recent awakened companion, Bob Wigglesworth, Sirab Bob Wigglesworth III, and my familiar, and I lift my hat, Mr. Whiskers.
Mr. Whiskers lifts his hat. And the child?
This is Dasha.
Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. He'll extend a hand to Dr. Thrace. He is absolutely cartoonishly covered in soot. His fine curled mustache is sticking out in zigzags, and his hair is just comically plastered backwards. He is covered in soot head to toe.
I will shake his sooty hand before prestidigitating my hand clean after.
Ooh, wizard.
Yes, I graduated from the Embermont School of Civic Wizardry.
We're gonna get a wizard in town again.
I'm opening an alchemist shop with my companions here.
Well, don't put me out of business.
I focus mainly on healing materials, potions, vaccines, and the such.
Ooh, we can do combo work. If I could get some of your potions to sell alongside some of my more dangerous objects, people might be more likely to buy them.
That is quite a thought, isn't it? And Dr. Thrace will chuckle.
You seem really cool.
That's really for us, I don't know if it'll actually make people.
He essentially he sells magic items, a wide variety of them, but they are discounted at a percentage. The percentage is the percentage chance that it has to explode each time you use it.
Dasha's eyes are wide with fascination.
That
Tell me
is
about
beautiful.
all your most dangerous things.
Yes. Mad scientist eyes.
Dasha has her slightly too wide, slightly overly toothy grin going on also. She like
the safety goggles that he's got on have little clear spots, so you can see he's got little windshield wipers.
Oh my god. Father, we must be trained by him.
Please.
But Habblebabble will show you a stock of magical items. I'll have to generate another list of those.
We're running low on funds at this point, yeah?
I don't know who's in charge of gold.
Oh, that was Grippy.
Grippy.
Oh, sorry, so we have about $1,000 left, and I was saying that also, while I do love this guy as a person, I appreciate the part. We are pretty much antithetic to each other. Like, the process of, like, the tinkering and creation of, like, materials and whatnot is, like, in pretty direct opposition to my beliefs. Not that I dislike this guy, I just think what he does is an abomination in front to everything good and is like in the world.
What if I just want to look? I just want to look.
I am completely fine with y'all using his stuff, just like I personally would not like be able to do that sort of crafting. Like, it's antithetical to my personal religious belief.
Well, then we should absolutely learn it because you won't.
Yeah, you are autonomous individual beings. Like, my rules are for me alone. My path is my own, and it walks alongside yours. Sometimes we're just like, there's like a little dip in the path. We're still all holding hands, but like we're on different levels of the path. Like, maybe it's a little bit of bumpy. This metaphor is quickly getting away from, but I think you know what I mean.
You're saying you're taking the high road, Dad. We got it.
No, I was thinking the low road. No, I wasn't. It wasn't supposed to be a moral superiority thing. I'm fine. Do what you want. I personally can't do that. My God's simple, and I'll pull the gun off my back. My God's holy weapon is a gun. Like, I'm not taking a moral high ground here. Like, he's necessary to create the things that my people also hold holy. I just can't myself make that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
like, there's respect.
but I still want to see all this most dangerous stuff.
Yeah, please do.
All right. Screen.
for more flesh, I'll probably purchase some deep things myself. I just can't make them.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm getting it for you. Just a second.
Should probably my herbal. I hadn't really planned it, but like now that we have a store, like that would actually make the check for making income or practicing a trade much better because my intelligence is shit.
We don't have a store yet, so we should try and save money for rent before we start buying too much.
Yeah, I wanted to look, but I'm of the same mind that we need to get that in order. Once the store is set, I think we'll, especially with the variety of talents between your alchemical crafting, the foraging, and Wigglesworth networking, and Dasha's help with foraging as well, I think be able to establish quite the. Can you imagine how many? Oh gosh, if Dasha and I are the ones foraging, there's nobody not to tell us to not eat dragonflies.
This is true.
Catch one. You said they're invasive, right? Like it's fine.
I did say they are invasive.
We can't over harvest, but we can have a little as a.
Well,
As
and
a
I would
treat.
never tell you not to eat dragon.
Yeah, and I would never tell you not to eat dragonflies.
High five.
Price value. Screw you.
That becomes Dasha and I's prime bonding activity is just eating things that other people would probably tell us not to.
Oh my gosh.
Not necessarily people in the party, but like people in general.
Yes.
Things that might be considered ill-advised, perhaps,
Like sometimes
or just
it's
things that are just not to everyone's taste.
like we're old enough. Both of us have all of the conscious enough to not eat rock. Sometimes a rock just looks really tasty. Think it might taste like strawberries. It never does, but it might someday, and that's the power
You
of faith.
could still try. Maybe you're going to find that one rock that tastes like strawberry. Holding out for the strawberry rock.
Like I have this PhD thing where I see a potato chip on the ground, primarily I had carpet, and I don't like, step on it or anything, and I'm just like too lazy to pick it up. Eventually, I will through the curiosity of what the flavor of the chip inevitable things like for certain death, tax, and finding out the chip.
Okay. I think I have a list of everything that has. Everything's got prices on it. Nothing seems too terribly out of place, except for maybe a few, but it should be fine.
Are these before or after discount?
These are before discount.
I'm just
I
saying
have a
what
desperate
discount.
question, God. The percentage off was the chance it will explode?
Yes.
How frequently does that check get made for a desktop clock?
Desktop clock on there?
That's a good
Oh,
price for mithril waffle
A
iron.
timepiece desktop clock. I would say once every 24 hours.
Okay.
because that could be a really funny gift.
It's a ticking time bomb.
You give somebody, it only has a 10% off. So it's just like in the next 10 days, that's going to explode in their house.
You gotta be sure to wind it, he says. It's an actual bomb. He just reused the timer for it. You gotta wind it so it'll reset the timer.
I look this gnome dead in the eye and ask him what he's doing with a high-grade mithril waffle iron.
I made it!
Okay, then riddle me this. What is a cold iron blanch?
I am curious, actually. Let's see. You can pour a vial of this dark liquid onto one melee weapon, one thrown weapon, or 10 pieces of ammunition.
Okay.
So it's a coating, basically.
That makes sense. Okay. High-grade mithril waffle iron.
He needed high-grade waffles! It was for a bet!
What's
I love
a
part of this.
or a smoke fan?
A smoke fan. It creates a cloud of colored smoke. Smoke fills a 5-foot radius. Chooses the smoke color when creating a smoke fan. All creatures within the area are concealed. All other creatures are concealed to them. Lasts a minute or until dissipated by a strong wind. He will tell you that he doesn't actually know what that one does. He knows it was supposed to do something, but it broke and now all it does is emit smoke.
That's actually off. It's again not for right now because want to make sure we don't know what like rent is gonna cost us. But
I'd come back for that Thunderbird tuft, but not today. I don't know that spell yet.
All right. Well,
finger right now, sharp like a pointed gnarled finger on a stick. There is a frozen treat imbued with berries that lend it a blood red hue. Popular tale claims that Arinthi winter witches created this dessert. Story apocryphal. An enterprising ice cream shop owner, taking a bite makes you feel warm. For 1 hour, you have cold resistance 3, and for 8 hours, the treat negates the damage you would take from severe environment cold and reduces the damage you take from extreme cold, that of severe.
those ones he will inform you he does have a good batch of those regular, the undiscounted. He has a batch of questionable ones that are discounted, but he does have can sell you the witch's fingers whenever you need to go up to the top of the mountains.
That's actually really fucking cool.
Thank you, sir.
Dinosaur boot.
Dinosaur boots.
Yeah, I was interested in those.
Greater dinosaur boots. Tough scaled leather, these heavy boots come from a mighty dinosaur, granting steadiness of lumbering beast. Anytime something would force you to move, DC 17 flat check.
Nice.
The maestro's chair is very cute. It's a wheelchair with a pipe organ built in.
Oh my god.
And
Also, once per day, you gain enlarge and gain dinosaur features.
Oh, grip.
Oh, the greater versions turn you huge size.
Oh, grippy.
Kaiju Wigglesworth.
Kaiju Grippy. Oh my god, Kaiju Wigglesworth, yes.
We can take turns.
He got those ones off a Triceratops.
I want you to know that one day by from
Well, I'll be happy for it. I paid a pretty penny to Finn for that trash, for that Triceratops corpse.
Oh my... Is Finn real?
I think so.
day be will do math fraud.
Yeah, turn your headset off and on again.
Well, for the rest of my week of downtime here, I do want to get a leg up on getting some healing potions and such ready to be sold. And try and scout out where they're likely to rent us a shop.
You can pick to either set up shop near the gate to the Silver Road, the gate to the Shadow Road, or the gate to the Moon Road.
Which one did we come in by?
You came in the Moon Road.
Considering where our resources are coming from, and that we'll have to make journeys back and forth to the crystal source, I suggest we take the gate closest to that road.
We should also probably wait a minute and see if the ash clears up for Dad's skin or not.
That's true. We should make sure that happens.
Point of note, it has not been snowing today.
Oh, wonderful.
The ash is gone. Oh, the ash is no longer falling.
Seems like it worked.
Well, yeah, that week I want to spend my time when I'm doing stuff, working on healing potions, getting a feeling for exactly how difficult it's going to be to make them, and spend my time off getting to know the neighborhood, meet some people.
Yeah.
With my
Right.
wonderful son, who is good at making first impressions.
Wonder with Dasha if Dasha's into it and we can like scout out what sort of like good herbs are in the area. We can, eat bugs and throw rocks that we aren't.
I think that's a
they-
great.
We were hunting.
I was looking at the earn income table. What'd you say?
Oh, just yeah.
I said I thought Grippy's plan is a good plan. Eat dragonfly.
What was your plan, Grippy?
Oh, just to like go out.
Dragonfly.
Yeah, eat bugs and
Yes.
rocks,
Did you say
you know.
roll percentiles?
No, I was just looking at the income earned table because I think Wigglesworth
Yes.
is really the only one who would probably be able to make money during this initial week doing performances at the Howling Moon.
Yes.
Oh, and also find good
go ahead.
foraging with Dasha was the other thing.
Yes, you want to go foraging with Dasha. Not waiting for the paperwork to go through, going full anarchist on it.
No, not like actually gather stuff, just like doing research, like taking notes of like what
Yeah.
plants are in the immediate area, surveying it, and then just like snacking on let's go.
Both of you make me a nature check.
Yeah, because they've been very kind to us. Grippy does not mind following the laws of civilization. People who have been very, very helpful. Mine 6, whatever, plus whatever my bonus is. I can't remember. Or 8, I think. Waiting for things.
Sorry, what was your result?
I'm just waiting for my sheet to load, but it's 16 plus 7, so 23.
23. And for Dasha,
Okay. It's
you get plus
what is
4.
my +4? Wonderful. Okay. 19.
19. Going out looking, you're able to identify a number of different kinds, or at least you're capable of doing so. Now both survival checks. You've also got a plus 4 on that, Dasha.
Okay. Ooh. Total of 8.
13. 13.
Well,
We ate the
Grippy,
bad dragonflies.
You keep the both of you from getting lost, Grippy, but you're only able to find the dragonflies one night. And the next night when you go back, they're not there.
Damn, damn, damn. Well, at least we know that they show up, every few nights. We got valuable information, Dasha.
Oh.
Finding plants, and thanks for doing this with me. I'm not used to having people on, nature walk. Nice.
Wait, can I
Wigglesworth.
make one more roll while we're still out?
Yes.
I want to roll for Dasha to find something to add to her carrion jacket or her carrion cloak.
Yes. Make me another survival roll.
Okay.
You got plus 4.
18.
18. Ooh, yes, you can find some carrion to add to your carrion cloak. You have to fight a fox for this badger hide, but you do get it.
Punch it on the snoot.
Boop the snoot.
See it. Just like this little 11-year-old just donking a fox, not harder than necessary, but just a good solid, no. This is my fucking badger. Pow.
3, 3, and 3. So 3 nights are task level 1, 3 nights are task level 2, and 3 nights are task level 4 when there are more people there. So subsequent days, you can working a task. Alright, so make me 3 performance rolls.
Okay. Does my cue count?
Yes.
Wonderful. Then I'm charming everyone.
This is for the task level 1, DC is 15.
Assisting with these performances, right? Not Wigglesworth,
Whiskers?
I'm sorry, Mr. Whiskers.
Mr. Whiskers is assisting with
Oh,
these.
so
What does he get?
19.
Adds a plus 1, 19. DC for task level 1 was 15. You got a total of 19. You are trained.
In performance, yes.
2 silver times 3, 6 silver.
You got that, Dad?
I will add that right now.
Wonderful.
And for the difficulty 2 night, DC a little higher.
22.
22 will definitely still pass it and will earn you 9 silver.
Wonderful.
And then for the more difficult night, DC 20.
Okay. 21.
21. That will just barely pass, but you do earn 3 gold.
Nice. And I charmed 30 fucking people. Well, it was over 10 minutes. So does that increase the amount that I could... What was that ruling on that? Get that. Oh, no, if you're an expert.
That's a good haul for less than a week. That's literally 3 years of farmers' wages in 3 nights.
No, that was a total of 9 nights.
Or, oh, 9
But
nights.
for the 3 gold, yes, 1 gold each night was definitely a good haul for the busier
Yeah.
nights.
That's
But
Bob's a stripper.
do you take on a bard name, an epithet?
The
Bard Bob. If you don't come up with anything terribly creative, people will start calling you the Caterpillar Bard.
I like that. I'm fine with it.
Well then, in that case, Ron, also make a diplomacy check, Dr. Thrace.
a what check?
Diplomacy
I
or
can do that.
society. Maybe 2 diplomacy checks and 1 society over the course of this week.
My first diplomacy check is a 12.
Okay. Okay.
My second diplomacy check is a 6. My society check is a 23.
Well, the paperwork goes through. You find that Mr. Wigglesworth is making friends more than you are. He seems to be a little bit of a distraction at points.
You know what? Our shop can have a mascot.
Yes. But, overall, you don't make an entire ass of yourself. And
Do I learn if there's anybody in town we need to be afraid of or avoid?
people in town that you should avoid.
Any small children who love to pull on whiskers, or skinheads who will kill us for being magical?
More the former than the latter. Definitely a few children who have been known to make nuisances of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be outside the gates after night. This is wild territory in a lot of cases, especially with being so close to the Shadow Pass.
Does this place seem safer or less safe than our old town?
About the same. It seems more fortified, but in a more dangerous location.
I see.
But with that, as you gather back together at the end of the week with paperwork and knowledge and some gold in hand, we will end today's game.
Rad.
You.
GG.
GG. That was so much
GG,
fun.
everybody.
It was a great game.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I hope you all have the best night.
You
Indeed,
too.
indeed. Have a good
Yeah, have a
night.
good night,
Night.
everyone.
Y'all.